Double D? Yeah, man. Well, turn it up, man.
Let's just go in and, like, kill all the orcs, right? They're the bad guys. Who gives a shit? We just hack and slash and we loot their dead bodies, right? Hack and slash, kill them all, you know, conquer the infidels.
Boy, that campaign sounds like a barrel of fun, doesn't it?
Mazes and monsters is a far-out game.
Somebody who's opening a refrigerator and leaning in, right, is the language of a woman. Somebody who's opening their refrigerator and being cut off halfway through that lean is the voice of like a mermaid or a siren, right?
Orcs are just like evil elves, right? And they were like made by like an evil god.
Honestly, guys like me can't leave soon enough.
We want this dwarf to be the dwarfiest dwarf.
Right.
We want the elf to be the elfiest elf.
And just the dashiest dash of Tabasco.
Their voices need to carry across water.
I'm a creative. It's a huge drain, right? Because fans can be awful.
You're not in Transylvania anymore, Crystal. We don't talk vampire.
When you say white lives matter, they don't. White lives don't matter because white lives aren't a thing.
Lutherville, Marina Del X, Otisburg. Otisburg?
Where's this monster? She's got her own place, man.
Otisburg?
It's a little bitty place.
Otisburg?
Okay, I just wipe it off. That's all. It's a little town.
Okay. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
Great sandwich.
Hello. Have a great show. Do. Have a great show. It's the StreamYard song. Anybody who's ever hosted one. How you guys doing? Boy, we already have 42 here, which is a record, I think, for an open. Looks like everybody wants to talk about the summit. But first of all, let's introduce the players, shall we? Our players.
With no further ado. Of
course, we got Crazy Mouse.
Got a mouse in the house.
Yep.
Squeak, squeak. And making his triumphant return, we gave Gavin the night off. He's been hitting it hard for us. So good we man. We have Rogan coming back. What do you got to say, Rogan?
How you guys doing?
It's good to have you back, buddy.
Hey, thank you. It's great to be back.
Yep. Boy, let's go through the holy smokes, all these people. Yay.
Roll call.
Yeah, roll call. We got ANN, one of our mods. I don't know if Cal is here. Is Cal in the house? Eric C. L. Panther. How you doing, buddy?
Charlotte.
Yep.
Charlotte's in the house.
Charlotte, how you doing? OGGM. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Maliki. Wow. You guys are killing it.
Ramblers.
You're killing it. Yeah. We're getting to the point now where I can't say them all. There's too many of you.
Handle.
Yeah. All right. So
throw something in the tip jar, everybody. I'll shout it out real quick.
Yeah, there you go. So I think what we're gonna do, we'll allow some people to come in. Okay, but first, I think we ought to just do maybe a soft open. We are going to use. I think his name's Ted. Is that Ted? Ted at Nerd Immersion, who we've done a video on before. He's one of the guys who introduced or interviewed Kyle Brink. He kind of just gave he's essentially like a stringer reporter at this Wizards of the Coast Summit. For anybody that doesn't know, Wizards of the Coast invited a bunch of influencers. Some of them have 4. That girl we talked about last week, she has 4 subscribers on YouTube. Wow. Yeah. So
that's 4 more than I do.
Well, but you're not even trying. So they got some of the big ones. Of course, we all know our buddy Bob was there. Was Ginny there? I think Ginny might have been there. I'm not sure. Was Ginny there, guys? Did we ever confirm that? But yeah, they got some of the big ones there, of course. A lot of medium-sized ones, but they had some tiny ones and they were probably there just for diversity. But yeah, so Ted at Nerd Immersion kind of gave a just kind of a blow by blow. Now there's like going to be two parts to this. There's the above board part where the nuts and bolts of what went on. but as you don't think Ginny was okay? Thank you, OGGM. Yeah, he would know too. He's pretty well connected with this stuff. Go check out he did a couple videos today too. I'm sure most of my subscribers already subscribe to OGGM. But if you're not, check him out. Give him a subscribe. He produces pretty regular content. The secret. Oh yeah. Do we have the name for that yet?
No.
No? Okay.
He would be the Mouse in the House podcast.
So there's two parts to this. There's what happened above, and then there's the infamous now Q&A, which I hope Wizards of the Coast might have learned their lesson. They will not have, but
no, they won't.
No, I mean, you invite a bunch of snakes into your house. You literally pour a bag full of vipers on your floor. And then you act surprised when you're walking in the kitchen for a glass of milk. Oh my God, what was that? That damn thing hit me. Snakes do what
how that works, huh?
Yeah, snakes do what snakes do. They bite, absolutely. And I would have loved to have been there just to see the reaction on their faces at Wizards of the Coast as they were like, but we're your friends. Right. We're your friends. We paid for your trip out here. That doesn't mean anything.
We bought you.
Yeah.
We bought you.
You were bought and paid for.
These are the people we handpicked.
Yeah. Yes. God, I love it when a plan comes together. As was it Hannibal used to say on the A Team? Was that his name?
That was
George
yes.
Peppard. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I love it or in this case, I love it when a plan falls apart. So they just got drilled. So we'll get into that. We'll let a few more people go, but right now we will look at what Ted saw. So we'll do the above board stuff, just the nuts and bolts. There's our friend Ted, Nerd Immersion. Yeah, well, hey, look, I got nothing personal against him.
Neither do I.
He just did a really bad interview, and he's just a company guy. Look, he's bought and paid for, just company guy. So he is what he is, and that's fine. Look, he's making good money, I think, on YouTube. God bless him. All right, so he's talking about. Can you guys all see this? Yes, is this going?
I got it.
Yep,
yeah.
Okay.
Rogan, is it up on your screen?
I see it.
All right, cool.
All right. All right.
I'm dying with anticipation.
All right. So here's some of the news guys. The books will have larger typeface. They invited. Okay. They paid for 30 people to come across country.
And that too. That's all you can say.
Yeah. Oh wait, there's more. There's more.
First, let me start by this.
The three Chris Perkins, who, as we know, is the lead editor, been there for a long, long time. He actually approved old Double D's submission to Dungeon Magazine many, many moons ago.
That was a sweet one.
I remember telling Mrs. D, like, man, this Chris Perkins seems like such a nice guy.
Hey,
that was like 2002.
Quick side note about a nice guy. Our oldest, KG, is 17 years old. When she was a youngster, she was watching Star Wars out of order. And it was the scene where Darth threw the Emperor over the thing for zapping Luke.
Yeah.
Like, hey, that Darth Vader.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. Yeah, he's a nice guy. Yeah. Well, here's
that's a true
story. Everything.
Yeah. Chris Perkins on the revised Dungeon Master Guide. 3 major concerns. What's in the DMG? How do I find it in the DMG? I don't use the DMG. Well, if nobody's using your DMG, you probably have a problem, right? Maybe that was probably an issue with the first one. Address these issues. Make it useful and a valuable resource. Oh, and here we go, guys. How do I handle burnout? This came up there. DM burnout.
Can I what is that?
That's, you know what that is? That is a bunch of tourists playing D&D.
Right.
And thinking they have to be voice actors and entertainers instead of just saying, what do you guys want to do? You tell me. Not, I got to have, 100 things prepared for this group of miscreants who don't, they just want to be, they want to sit there and have you entertain them. That's what this new breed of gaming group is.
Wow.
So yeah, this is a thing, 5e burnout. A lot of it's critical role related. Oh my God, Planescape. Taking a big old dump on, one of the classic settings from 5e.
Right.
Oh, are you kidding me? 96-page gazetteer, 96-page adventure? Or is that adventures? 68-page bestiary. Oh, man. I am just praying they don't do Birthright. They will F that up. Yeah. They will make it so. All right, guys. Now hold on. I want you guys all to hold on here.
All right. Okay.
Because this is a game changer.
All right.
Pricing for magic items is coming in 2024. That just means they're going to set a gold piece value for magic items. No.
We've been doing this wrong the whole time.
Seriously, like all
you guys just need to go to the corner market and they just handing out fucking.
So in game, do we get a refund?
File your in-game taxes and we will talk. You guys have a lot of income that you have not declared.
Yeah, this is true. Maybe I should just keep my mouth shut.
This one was particularly funny. Yeah, pricing for magic items coming. Let's see what everybody said about this. In addition to more options for spending gold, like the new Bastion. So, what is the new Bastion system? New player housing and home bases. Oh my God, it's like they never heard of getting a bunch of money and you can buy yourself a keep.
Well,
build yourself a keep.
You can just go down to the realtors and buy yourself a castle.
yeah, why not?
Oh, these people want one of those Baba Yaga bird shacks, right?
The chicken hut.
Why do I buy one of those? Well, go take down Baba Yaga and it's all yours. I'm gonna buy one.
Oh my Lord. Yes, that was the big news. You can now they're gonna now set a magic item gold piece value. In addition to more options like spending gold, the new Bastion system. Oops, sorry, Ted. It's a priority that these new books will have ease of transition to the revised rules, so creators can plan for that. It's also be important that they clear what will be in the final project. Okay. And the DMG will have more show than tell. I don't know what that means.
That sounds like fluff.
More style of adventuring writing for use in your home games and examples for how to do it. It's because everybody's becoming dumb. Tell us how to play. It's like fuck. I mean, you got the original Game Masters, the DMG. That's all you needed in like first edition, or pretty much every edition. Even third edition's DMG was good.
So they're trying to turn D&D into kind of a smartphone thing. All you got to do is press a button.
That'll come too, because we will. I'm sure we will get hot and heavy into the virtual tabletop, which is their way of playing the game through a virtual table.
Whatever freaking happened about imagination? Like I gotta, birds of a feather. If you're hanging around with a bunch of people and you got this thing going on inside your head, you just want to go and game, and everyone wants to complain about something and don't have the imagination, you're not going to hang around with those people.
No,
you're not gonna
well, we wouldn't, but yeah. Oh man, yeah. Another burner here, guys. The gelatinous cube will be found under G and not O. Yeah, I guess in the monster manual. This is the kind of stuff that they were telling them. You flew across the country to get a to get a cheap lunch and learn stuff like this. No wonder the natives were getting restless, as they say. Yeah, it's under G and not O. I guess O would be for ooze, right?
Right.
John is cute.
I mean, there's a lot of different kind of oozes, right?
Yeah, there's the kind that kill you from the outside, and there's the kind that kill you from within. More high CR creatures, CR 20 plus. Now I like this, okay, because this just vindicates us in our decision. Oozes are CR 20 plus. Ooze, Fae, Elemental. Oh boy. More apex monsters for things other than fiends, dragons. Why do you reckon they need to do that? It's because at about level 10, you are a god in 5th edition.
Yeah.
Okay. And people were finding out that, their level 13 fighter, like a demon, like a Balrog or, something like that, a Baelor, right. Needs like a 19 to hit you. So it's like the higher you go,
I need a lot more once I go to that magic store and buy some armor.
that's right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's like you're recognizing the problem on one hand. We got to buff up these monsters a little bit, but then it's like, well, then now the players can just, go to the local
Wiggly Wiggly
Wawa, or Sheets, and yeah, I gotta tell you, give me the cloak of invisibility. Actually, let me try that on. Yeah,
Just house of magic items.
It's funny you just said that, Rogan, because someone just called it Magic Mart.
Magic Mart. Yeah. It's
Thank you, Muppet.
It's just so cheesy. Better encounter building rules coming with 2024 revisions as well. Obviously, because it's fucking broke. Because I've been DMing for, consistently for over 30 years, over 40 in total. And I was struggling to build encounters that either wouldn't be instant death for these guys or just literally a walk through the park. Like these guys are just stretching. Oh, and then, boom, boom, boom. That's it.
I don't
yeah.
We took 5 points. Let me grab my shake weight.
Shake weight.
All right. I'm feeling better now.
So it's like, holy shit, I got to bump that up. Oh, you could never find that sweet groove in 5th edition as a DM. At least that was my experience. You guys let me know in the comments, you former or current 5e DMs. Let me know if I just could never find a consistent groove. I found grooves at times, and I was hopefully able to challenge you guys. But holy shit, was it hard. Monsters in the monster manual, specifically CR 10 and above, will be retuned. Why? Because the power level in this game is insane. And as such, they will hit way harder. Well, thank you. Everything we've said about it. Power creep, new subclasses. Apparently there's like I never knew this. I guess I'm glad you guys didn't either. There's like a build, like a paladin and a warlock that's just like invincible. You can like smite things every turn. So, and they I guess they never really addressed it like officially.
Can you run that back again? I didn't understand that.
You can combine the way 5th edition D&D is. You can combine, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong here, chat, a paladin and a warlock,
right,
to do some chicanery,
right,
and just I guess you can just like almost insta kill every turn, like with this. I don't know if it's like a smite power or something like that. The two somehow work in synergy, and it's like an exploit in the rules.
But wouldn't the paladin be lawful good?
Well, you would expect. I mean, I guess a warlock. Could a warlock be?
Yeah, they have different patronages. So
yeah. Am I off base there? You guys, paladin warlock build. Yeah, OGGM confirms that. Yeah. But I'm glad. Obviously, These guys would never do that. I mean, that would last like 2 sessions, and we'd be like, all right, how are we going to fix this? This is ridiculous. Oh my God. Well, thank God the new Dungeon Master Guide and the Player Handbook will both address the concept of session zeros and safety tools. Whew.
I keep hearing about the safety tool thing. I want to see a picture of it. I
Bring your own.
I bet it's
you work in a
fluffy.
shop. Bring your own.
I bet it's fluffy and it's pink. You know.
Hey, Dr. Greg. First off, he's in the house. Welcome, Doc. And then the other
Greg.
one is he called it a paladin and a warlock, a Waladin or a parlock.
Yeah, it's something really cheesy. God. Yeah. If you want to jump in, Greg, you can. But if you just want to hang out and listen, that is okay too. We got here. Oh my Lord, we have a new record. Did you see that number?
I did, and
75. You guys are killing
I
me.
mean, that's in your math. Mine and Panther's math adds up to something a little bit different.
All right. I hope it's higher. Class-specific spell list coming back. Still having the 4 spell list. I don't care about that. God, stupid. Warlocks will make a baby pact at low levels. God, they have to infantilize everything, don't they?
What is that?
A baby pact. It's probably they probably write it like that. They'll write it like that in the new rules too.
Well, like, what is it though?
I don't know. So you're packed with a demon or some shit.
Pinky promise.
Pinky swear. I'll pinky swear. Built-in spells, warlock. Oh God, more core identity. It's like now that I'm out of like this, it's like you can't see it from when you're within, but now I'm out of it. I just see how twinky and stupid all this stuff is. I mean, Castles and Crusades may not be the sexiest, thing, but it has just a nice, solid set of stats that you can use. I'm sure many other OSR games just like that. And they don't have to keep doing this stupid stuff. It's been pretty much the same game, Castles and Crusades, for, years. Fighters interact with mastery. I don't care. Big weapon update. It will be I'm the newest UA coming. There is a new column called Mastery. What the fuck?
Didn't they used to do weapon mastery like in 3rd edition?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a
yeah, you got like a +1 or a +2 to hit. Yeah.
Oh, you're right, because I had it for a dagger.
Right.
Yeah. That's correct. It was a feat.
So here we go. The 9 species. Take a look at that list. No half orc.
Oh, that's
no half elf. I guess it was problematic for them.
No half.
I played a half orc before.
There's no one on the team.
Yeah.
To bully.
Grendel. Yep.
Grendel rocked.
Yeah, Grendel was my half orc barbarian I played.
All right, and this is just what you want to see when you're talking about fake magic and monsters and the inclusivity review process. Everything now gets sent out for inclusivity review. Good. So you have a bunch of race hustlers earning money on your dime. You deserve it. This is not how things used to be. There were holes in the process. Oh my God, we got to fill those holes. Reprinted books are also sent out for inclusivity reviews as well. Hope you guys are holding on to those 1st edition 5e books, because when they get reprinted, they will change them. They will take out all the objectable stuff.
Yeah.
Also, art, even sketches are sent out for review. Does this not sound Orwellian? I mean, I know we're not talking about government here, but
exceedingly so.
On a corporate level, it's just
Ministry of Good Intentions here. Oh, how dare she have a chainmail bikini? Fire that artist. Drag his family in here.
Yeah. It's like this whole thing where we pass everything through these boards of just people who are not creative.
Whatever happened to all right, this dude right here, when they give him this job, You know why? Because we trust this guy and he's good at what he does. Or let's bring in 25 idiots and have different perspectives. Things go freaking nowhere.
Yep.
Greg has a question. What's Goliath other than the monster truck in Knight Rider?
Greg, I don't have the foggiest idea. Can some of you guys help him? I heard these others talking about like, well, now you can play a Goliath. That's pretty cool. And I'm like, what the fuck is a Goliath?
It's like a pseudo giant, not quite a giant.
I'm gonna guess just by the name. It's
thingy.
Yeah, it's gonna be a giant of some kind. It's gonna be an overpowered. He's gonna do like 1 die 12, base damage for whatever the hell he's swinging.
And the preferred class is gonna be barbarian.
Paladin, warlock. The Goliath, paladin, warlock.
Yes. But it's only temporary till the baby is like 6 months.
So Goliath is a race, not a
race.
Okay.
They got to be giants though, right? You don't name something Goliath unless they're.
We got.
It's either that or they're like.
Tabletop RPG just said it's half giant.
Half giant. There you go. Yep.
Grazie.
Representation of all cultures to all classes. Why do we need this? The culture is determined by your game. What are you talking about culture? There is no culture. Breaking the stereotype of things like the monk being inspired by Asian themes. Key points will be changed to spirit points. Also adding more non-European representation to other classes as well. Well, I'm not mad at anybody who's still playing 5e. God bless you, especially if you're still having fun. But part of me is really starting to feel sorry for you that you're on this train just going down into this valley. And it's so dark down there. It just seems like there's no joy. Am I wrong in that?
No, you're it really is. It's uninspiring. It's unintelligent. It's unimaginative.
Yeah.
Honestly, it really does. You hit the nail on the head. In regards to the representation that's created by the world that you create collectively. Your group creates collectively. Your DM has it. He'll set the stage. And the group helps build the world. There's some guidelines that the DM will throw out there, but good DM, which we have a fantastic DM. Double D, he takes, even the smallest things that we might say to each other, and we'll find out later on that he's incubated that and like added that to our collective world. And it's all about it's about imagination, not putting binders and blinders on.
Yeah, well, in the case you just talked about, it's about listening too. I did a video way early in my channel.
I remember that one. Yeah, you said one of the keys to DMing is listening.
Yeah, it's the most important. It's not your improv skill. It's not how many voices you can do. It's not your planning. It is your ability to listen to your players and what they are talking about, and figuring out, is that something that I can act on? Is that something that they're worried about? So I don't know. And thank you for the compliment. And of course, I have the best group. Of course, I am. It is an embarrassment of riches for me. But yeah, just this thing like the monks can't be Asian anymore. All right, now I was never a huge fan of that, but we do have one in the group now, and he's doing a great job with it. And the reason I like it is because it just so happens, a little while ago, I introduced essentially like an Orient in the birthright world from across the sea. There's this land, Xi'an, that the guys went to, and I'm like, why not get a little representation in our world?
Bingo.
Awesome.
So yeah, but it's like, so that's why I'm more open to it now. But it's like, why would these people who are all about diversity and representation be mad at this? Because it's a stereotype.
Well, because if they don't put a blinder on it, that means that people will generally go to they'll go right to the white. If we don't, we better change that. We need to.
Well,
everyone
are they gonna complain then? Like, oh, the wizard is Asian now. Well, now you're just copying Lu Pan from Big Trouble in Little China. It's like he can't be like that either. So it's like, well, just tell me what to do.
Just sign a waiver. You can't watch any media at all. You just have to play the game. You can't be influenced by anything out there that offers you anything imaginative.
It's a shame, isn't it? What this game has become. I watched I'll give a little plug here, guys. And I even may do. I feel so strongly about this. I may do a video on this. Watch Secrets of Blackmore on Amazon Prime. Buy it. It's $10. It's worth it. It shows you the beginnings of this game. I hate to say it, hate to break it to a lot of folks, but it was a bunch of white guys up in Minnesota and then eventually Wisconsin who invented this. They're all war gamers, Napoleonic war gamers. And it's a wonderful, wonderful documentary on Dave Arneson and his group and how they kind of met Gary Gygax. And it is so sad that Wizards of the Coast is just almost literally shitting on their legacy. They had this love for history. They would play these historical games and, then graduated into fantasy, but, they still kept a lot of that. And these MFers, they don't care. I don't even think they thanked Gary or Dave Arneson, for the new movie, from what I heard. 87. You guys are killing it.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks for bringing it.
Wizard and Cleric will only have 4 subclasses in the 04 PHP. Who gives a fuck?
So would a subclass be like a thief has assassin as a subclass?
Yeah, stuff like that.
There's 4 for priest.
Wizard and Cleric will only have 4. Yeah, I can't even remember what they were.
What do they need?
I like that. I want to play a bard. Now that
you want to go to the College of Dance, Rogan?
Absolutely. I grew up.
All right, so I'm going to start thinking up that prom adventure.
Oh yeah, I remember all that stuff. I want to do a bard that dances.
All right, I'm going to roll my promposal. Oh, I rolled a 1 on my promposal.
Yes. You like that commercial for
the State Farm or whatever?
Yeah, with Mayhem.
Yeah. Light yourself.
Damn it, Kyle. That's what he said.
Yeah.
You know what?
Damn it, Rogan. You lit yourself on fire with your promposal.
That is awesome.
College. I'm trying to process this, guys. Sorry. I'm sort of stuck here. Not in the next UA, but a future Bard subclass will be the College of Dance.
God, there's so much I could do with that.
It would remind me of, do you remember the old movie with that actor named Jerry Lewis for the muscular dystrophy guy?
Oh, yeah.
And he was in a comedy where he was a boxer and he would dance around the ring and he would tap the dude on the nose and then dance around some more. And then he'd come back and pop him again.
I can see that.
That's College of Dance.
Yes,
everybody.
Absolutely.
It's already been in Hollywood. That's old news already then. College Dance has already been done. Come up with something new.
You guys want to really screw up your DM who's putting this shit in? Be the Mr. Six Flags guy.
Yeah, there you go.
the old guy.
That's the College of Dance right there.
Yes, it is.
You mean Uncle Junior from The Sopranos?
Yeah.
Uncle June.
Uncle June. God.
Now, if anyone says planking belongs in the College of Dance, they're fired.
College of Dance. That one kind of crept up on me. Didn't realize that.
I saw that and I'm like, that just tickled it for me.
Yeah. Good catch. All right, guys. So
College of Pole Dancing. Thank you, John. Thank you, Jonathan.
College of Pole Dancing.
Yes. Okay, you win.
All right. So here's kind of one of the big takeaways. This is sort of what everybody's talking about. See if you can puzzle this, Batman. All right, so they were calling this work on the new edition 1D&D. And Ted at Nerd Immersion is reporting to us 1D&D no more. It will also not be 6th edition, nor will it be 5.5e. A 2024 revision to 5th edition. compatible with other 5e products.
That's a lot of words.
So you're selling your new book as a 2024 revision to 5th edition.
Or take your 5th edition books you have right now, poop on them, and smear it around.
Well, apparently they're saying that you can still use your 5th edition, which I suppose is good news for people, but I don't know. And they'll, of course, they'll sell their share of books here, but I guess I just don't understand. They're going to cause more confusion by trying to be less confusing.
Exactly. Right. If you have to explain it too much, it becomes confusing.
Yes.
Because you know where my mind went when you were saying 2024 revision to 5th edition. I unfortunately thought a new edition with Bobby Brown. My mind went there.
Break dancing.
Yeah, people might. Yeah, that'd be the college. That'd be the College of Dancing right there.
Well, I don't get it. Do you? I mean, a 20.
It doesn't make sense. They're putting out a whole new product that has, some of this product is based off the earlier product, but the bulk of it has changed. Listen, your money is different now, or how you make it. Your magic items are, how you buy them, how you get them. Is, your classes are now they're narrowed down to to what they are. They're different than the original.
Yeah, they're going to change them. Yeah, exactly.
No more races, only species, right?
Yeah, only species. No more halfsies.
Again, what they've done is it's changed. It's close to, but it's not exactly. Burt Reynolds has done some action movies back in the day, right? Burt Reynolds gets hurt, right? Okay, hey, his stunt guy looks almost like him.
Yeah.
Only 200 pounds heavier. He's going to run the rest of the movie.
Yeah, not going to.
Okay, this is
not going to work.
We're going to call it Cannonball Run, though. What are we going to call it? We're going to call it the revised edition of Cannonball Chase.
It's like when people watch Doctor Strange. Everybody who watches Doctor Strangelove just says Doctor Strangelove, but its official title is Doctor Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb.
Yes.
Nobody ever says that,
No.
It's like they have to print it out sometimes, but like nobody's going to say, a 2024 revision to 5th edition. It's so clunky. You know what works? What worked with 3rd edition when they revised that? Hey, this is edition 3.5. It's not exactly a new edition, but we changed some things.
Right.
Doesn't 3.5 say that to you? Isn't that instantly recognizable when it happened?
Yeah, and they sent out via the internet errata for that.
Yeah.
If
you wanted to convert it, they could do the same here. But yeah, boy, talk about they just keep stepping in it, don't they? Keep throwing up on themselves, then throwing up on the floor, then they step and slip and fall.
Walk right through the throw up.
Walk right through the throw up.
That happened to everybody.
I think like you guys, this Chris Fell and a bunch of these other people that have been involved in the industry for quite some time. How do we go from like what they saw 20 plus years ago and what they did and in regards to the designing and running games, etc., to what we have now? How are they able to honestly accept this?
I don't know. It's a good question. Anybody? Anybody?
Invasion of the Body Snatchers, or
you can make
you just the internet.
Yeah, you can make a character with a 2014 player handbook using Xanthars and Tashas and still play at a table with 2024.
Yes.
Thanks, I guess. Retired rules so they are going to retire some rules. So they're telling you that your old book will work, but it's going to have retired rules in it.
I need everyone to turn to page 83. Now just rip that out. That doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, it's like in college going, with the professor going through this syllabus.
Society.
Yeah. It's Dead Gamer Society. All right, take the book. Everyone got the 5th edition? Open it up, rip every page out.
They don't want D&D fans to just live with it when it comes to new rules. They strive for delight. Well, that is a weird... Ted, that is weirdly phrased.
When he was there, is this the handout? Is he just regurgitating what the handout was, or are these his words?
I think these are his interpretations. Yeah. So, and he's been pretty Look, he's been pretty straightforward so far. But I don't understand these. He must have. Although I will say, he must have heard them say that they strive for delight.
Right.
It's like a Doors song or something, isn't it? Like,
where he's facing the wrong way.
Yeah, Jim Morrison.
Remember that in the movie?
Yeah.
And in real life, I guess he at first was so nervous he couldn't face the crowd.
Yeah. I strive for delight. I don't understand.
Come on, baby, light my fire.
I don't get that. Player's Handbook will have an entirely new art for the whole book. Well, it'll on the surface it'll be good, but I don't know. It just won't have any soul. I think, you know. Look at the cover of your player's handbook. Like, hold it from a distance.
Yeah.
I have a different one, remember?
Your fifth
Oh, the
edition.
fifth one?
Fifth
Okay.
edition D&D. And you look at it up close, and it's like, yeah, it's, you know, okay. It's an okay picture. Just kind of hold it at arm's length and just even further, and just be like, do I understand what's going on here? You know,
Right.
Can I make that out from a distance? Take a look at that mural behind you. And you could see that from a mile away and still understand what's going on there.
They remind me of that Seinfeld episode. No, you're supposed to uncross your eyes, Mr. Pitt.
And in case those of you that don't know, a lot of you already know, I have the Aerolotus Red Box Sorceress versus Dragon. Sorceress and her fighter.
There's a video that you did where you're in my seat, I'm in your seat, and you're in front of that mural.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, to change it
That
up.
That picture is accessible.
Oh, by the way, guys, hold on 1 second here. I'm going to show you. So we're going to switch gears for a second here, just for 1 sec.
What's Ravenloft? Ravenloft cover.
Well, that's a setting.
Okay.
So they do this in comics now. They take these beautiful this is the mural I have on my wall, in case as you know, that's it. The classic. Look at this beautiful beautiful sorceress here, right?
Shapely and curvy.
Shapely and curvy. What are you, the C cups? Those C cups?
Oh,
Those are
what's it close?
Maybe double D. They might be a D.
Think those are D's?
That might be.
Yeah.
Those are heavy C's, maybe light D's. Yeah. Well, don't worry about that, because we can't have nice things anymore. So this is the action figure that they've made for it. Well, first off, look at those squared shoulders. She's not a fighter. She's a fucking sorceress.
Look at that jawline.
She was in crew.
Yeah, look at that jawline. These two things do not look like each other. And look at that chest. Are those pecs? Are those A's? What are those?
That's her sports bra.
Yeah. My name's Greta.
Well, yeah.
Get out of my way.
It's Greta, but it used to be Dane.
Yeah. I mean, let's face it.
What's with that?
She does kind of look like she's
They do have
transitioning.
the leg cut in there. Yep.
Look at those fucking shoulders. How could you do this and send it to your superior, and the superior looks at the original and says, "Oh, wait a minute. Like, why does she look like she's doing like shoulder shrugs with like 300 pounds of weight?" She got traps there too.
Well, what they did is they took the barbarian figure and put the female. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, no, the barbarian is now a female.
Yeah.
Oh, she's part Goliath now.
Yes, there you go.
All right, so let's get into the
That's my
let us get into I'm going to show you guys a video here. All right, so this is from Indestructo Boy. So I will maybe throw a link to this video at the end. We'll just look at part of it. If you can, at least, regardless of what you think of them, just, I don't know, at least go over and like throw a like on the video. Just even the score, as they say. Right, so hold on 1 second here.
Yeah, the sorceress is sponsored by Bud Light. I like that.
Yeah.
Pretty-
Yeah, by yeah.
Sponsored by Bud Light.
That's from Dylan, the trans influencer. Yeah. All right, so this is in.
So first off, boy, Wizards.
So this is Indestructible Boy and Dungeon Dad.
Yeah.
And they are talking. He will soon be talking. I'm gonna have to get this here. So Indestructible Boy was not there, but I guess Dungeon Dad was there at the summit. Get myself centered here. My God, I'm off center. So I think what happened is they were running these guys through, and at first they probably thought like, oh, things are going great. Wizards of the Coast, we got these dopes eating out of our palm. And then somebody from my channel's past said something. And this is what I was saying at the beginning. They were kind of having an open Q&A. And the natives were getting restless because they didn't like what they were hearing about a lot of stuff.
So this guy with the patch was at the symposium?
He was not. The guy that he'll bring in though was. Okay. So let's put this on here now.
A big change that's coming for the inclusivity thing. Apparently, the artwork did not originally get a cultural sensitivity pass, which is a new policy that happened before you go eat, and then we might be able to get you on later on. Because, like, dude, yeah, it was just wild watching it. Yeah.
Get him in there.
Yeah, okay. I'll give you a call.
All right, so he's bringing in Dungeon Dad.
Hello?
Who's there.
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's up? I apologize if the audio quality isn't immaculate. I'm literally on my phone in a hotel room.
No, you're good.
So Josiah Dungeon Dad was there.
He was there, yeah.
So they did at least. Anybody, if you caught that, he was in a hotel, not a camper.
That's right. Yeah.
They actually did put you up in a room.
He's worried about the sound quality on a landline. It's probably going to be okay, I imagine.
You want to take a second to introduce yourself to everybody?
I guess, yeah. For those who don't know, hi, I'm Josiah. I go by Dungeon Dad on the internet. I have a YouTube channel about Dungeons and Dragons. That's literally.
Don't know anything about these guys. I imagine they're probably not our cup of tea, but I don't have anything specific against them. So
we have something in common. To be fair, we do have something in common with these guys. People like to role play, so there's something in the positive.
Right? Yeah,
checkbox right there.
To leave the show, like that's what's up. But yeah, no. What I was just gonna say is the one thing that you didn't see.
Yeah.
Was like. So whenever we would take breaks, like a 5-minute bio break or 10-minute break, like between segments.
Call everything a bio break.
I gotta say, I use that at work, and it really pisses my bosses off.
What's bio break mean?
Take a piss.
Use the bathroom.
Don't do that, Rogan. Don't ever say bio break.
I've heard that in my life.
It was pretty.
I got that a long time ago. One of my bosses, and they just
what's the bio mean? Biohazard?
I guess. Biology.
Normal, but after that first point where everyone started just roasting them, the vibe was fucked. Like everybody was in the hallway like, what is happening? Like this is a trade show, etc., etc.
These guys went there and they didn't think they were going to get the company line. How retarded can you be?
Like it did not feel like it felt a lot like mismatched expectations.
Right.
What who gave you these expectations that they weren't going to put the best foot forward?
Because what we had been kind of sold on was the idea that this was going to be a chance to ask some questions and have like a real conversation about everything that happened, but also like the path forward. And then I think that the whole thing with that virtual tabletop presentation, that kind of just made it very obvious that is not what was going to happen.
Right.
Because like there was that, and then you look at the itinerary and it's like, well, there's this, and then we're talking about one D&D, and then the day is over. So like that was why things turned on them so quickly, because just
So these guys started to get restless because
the sugar high they gave them with their juice box was wearing off.
Wearing off, yeah. They started.
That's why they went to the bio break.
Yeah, eat all the Skittles.
I honestly think some of these guys went there thinking like, yeah, I'm gonna change this game. It's like, whoa, 100 people here.
We just
Thank
hit
you.
triple digits.
From the bottom of my heart, guys. Thank you so much. When I first started this channel, if you had told me, 7 months later, 8 months later, I'm gonna have 100 people live.
101.
Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Let's not lose them though here.
Despite
let's
what
continue.
a bunch of first name numbered accounts on Twitter would have you believe, most of the people who came here did not come here to make friends with Wizards of the Coast. Most people came to like hold them accountable and ask serious questions, right?
Yeah.
So
I guarantee you, a lot of those people that are calling everybody shills on Twitter would have chicken shitted out if they had to do something like what CB did.
Well, yeah.
So who's CB? CB is a critical bard. Yeah, we're gonna get to him in a second. Apparently, he asked a spicy question, but let me just rebut that, Indestructible Boy, officially. If I was there, I would not have held back anything, not a one. I'd have surreptitiously live streamed the whole thing too, because apparently they said you can't live stream this. Yeah.
And even Connie as well.
Oh yeah, I know Connie.
So Connie Chang
from our intro.
Yeah, from the intro. I did my first relatively successful video.
First shifted when Connie was like, all right, so I just want to say, like, this isn't a summit, this is an investors meeting, like, what are we doing here? That was when everyone, I think, kind of that opened the floodgates for CB's comment, and then it kind of went from there. To their credit, like, they let us vote on whether we wanted to continue that line of questioning or talk about 1D&D. And like you said, I mean, you were there for that. The vote was unanimous. Everybody was like, fucking, before we can even begin to talk about 1D&D stuff in any capacity where anyone's excited, like, we need to hash some shit out really quick.
So I guess Connie opened the floodgates. I think she just basically said, like, hey, wait a minute, you're giving us the company line. God. And then the blood was in the water, so to speak. Oh boy.
But yeah, no, just to I guess what I was gonna say is the vibe, like, out in the hotel area when people were going out to like get water, like, everybody was just talking. People were very upset. Like, it was very emotional.
Emotional?
Yeah, but emotional. Well, these people live on their emotions, Crazy Mouse. Just imagine the ingratitude of somebody flew you across the country, put your ass up in a hotel room, which is probably the fanciest hotel some of these guys have ever stayed in.
Yeah. Oh my God, clean towels.
Where are the roaches? Where are the roaches? There's no roaches in here.
You smell that? You smell that?
So they put him up. They give him a free day. They allow him to essentially take a tour. Like, I get invited to this. I know. I'm like, oh well, they're just gonna put their best foot forward. They're gonna do a Q&A. We'll be able to ask a few questions. But honestly, this is like going to an amusement park. Strap yourself in. You're going for a little ride, but enjoy it.
I just imagine the people at Wizard of the Coast there, and I imagine Mr. Smithers, right? Is that from? He bought the ball for 25 cents in clean towels.
Excellent.
And a granola bar.
Was this after the? Was this after the? You know what I mean by the second break, quote unquote?
Yeah, well, so this was after Connie's comment, but this was before CB's comment, when that was like, literally something happened. Like, Connie's comment happened, there was a little bit when we went on a break, and then, like, after kind of everybody convened, we went back in, and that was when CB was like, all right, here's what's about to happen. And then it kind of went from there, because I think everybody was just kind of generally disappointed. But then when we all had a second to, like, convene with each other and be like, okay, so we all agree that the vibes are fucked. This is not what we wanted to have happen. everyone kind of went back in with that united purpose to kind of actually.
This is what happens, as I said in the intro, when you invite these snakes into your home. And Wizards of the Coast has employed a lot of them. You employ these people, you are destroying your company. They will carve it from the inside out.
Oh yeah, with the promise of straightening things out, with the promise of making things better, they ingrain their chaos in there to spring at any moment.
Yeah. Just they don't even, I don't even know if they make bones about wanting to make things. They want things their way.
I'd like to know the demographics of this 25 to 30. Chad, if you actually have the number, just put it in the comments. I'll get it. But like, what's the demographic of it? If they made a
like how many men versus women,
and then like the comment about like white guys can't leave fast enough. Well, how many white guys did you invite?
More than a couple, I'm sure.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Just it's.
All right, so they mentioned Critical Bard. He was there. Do you want to see what Critical Bard is all about?
Yes, please.
Let me see where I'm at here. 1227. This is Critical Bard. This is who in Wizards of the Coast invites to their place as a honored representative of the D&D community.
When you say white lives matter, they don't. White lives don't matter.
All right, hold on.
Was this
yesterday? Yes, all right. So here.
When you say white lives matter, they don't. White lives don't matter because white lives aren't a thing.
White lives don't matter because white lives aren't a thing. That's one of their. Well, they probably thought like, oh man, we're so proud to have Critical Bard here. So they invited that racist snake into their place, thinking like, oh, this guy's a great dude. And then they're shocked when he turned on them and, started to say like, you guys aren't hopping, snapping into form quick enough for us, comrade. Here's Connie Chang, in case you forgot about her. She's the one that started it all off.
I mean, British colonizers thought the United States was uncivilized and uncharted. The United States. I'm using the colonizers' term for America. Orcs are vicious raiders who believe that the world should be theirs. And to that I say, projection much. The chief conceit, right, of Orientalism is the creation of this imaginary other, right, on which whiteness projects its own fears, its own lack of self-worth, its own degradation. Like the ones who are raping, raiding, murdering, genociding, exploiting, torturing, bombing, kidnapping. It's not fucking orcs, dude. It's fucking you. Get your shit together.
These are the people they thought would be good to invite in, and then they act shocked when they turn on them.
After she says that, she would raise her hand. And side note, may I have another granola bar, please?
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Would it be okay if I got $20 more in my per diem?
I have the prior video. I honestly, at first, I'm dumb here. I thought he was saying white lies. White lies don't matter. White lies don't matter.
Don't lives. Let's watch that again.
Let's make sure that we're right.
Yeah. Oh no, it is.
Oh no,
because
right.
I want to show this off.
I heard it.
I want to show this off to people as many times as I can. This is the awesome Critical Bard, and I hate to say it. These guys are like lauding, like, oh my god, Critical Bard is so cool. He's like a cool brother. Well, here's what the cool brother said about you. Here's what the cool brother thinks about you.
When you say white lives matter, they don't. White lives don't matter because white lives aren't a thing.
White lives don't matter. White lives aren't a thing.
Okay.
Play D&D, everybody.
Yeah. All right. Like the game you're playing, the video game you're playing while you're spewing out that crap was probably designed by a couple white people in there. Perhaps.
Yeah, well, I'm sure. I'm sure it was 100% design by white guys. Well, okay.
Some kind of conversation that matters,
Yeah, no shit. What did Connie?
All right, so I think we're getting the picture here, and that is that this thing went off the hinges. So I'm gonna look
by the second bio break.
Yeah, by the second bio break. One sec here. Let me share this. All right, so this was going around today too. This is from our old stomping ground at EN World. All right, so this person did a pretty thorough documentation of what these questions were. When things started to turn on them in this Q&A, as you can tell from the start here.
Are these the minutes from the
more or less? Yeah, this woman took pretty meticulous notes, so I'm sure she's probably awful, but kudos to you anyway for doing this. Will play testing be open public or just in-house? Okay, so you're getting these kind of questions. They're talking about the virtual tabletop. You know, Alchemy, Roll20. Will your tabletop include other games? You know, and they're saying like basically all they're doing, Wizards of the Coast here, is essentially they're trying in a very nice way to say, look, we haven't fucking finished this thing yet. We're like 2 years away from finishing this thing. And all these nerds are like, yeah, but will it do this? Will it do that? Will it do this? And they're kind of like, well, yeah, that's a great idea. You know, we'll look into that. When somebody's saying stuff like this, they don't know. Mm-hmm. Now you can embarrass them and just keep pushing them into saying that, but you're going to look like an a-hole. And I think that's kind of what happened. They got tired of these kind of answers. And I think one thing too is they were demonstrating this virtual tabletop on like top of the line, like Alienware computers, like ones that, you know, run like really, really fast. So they're like, well, we need one of these. You know, that's going to be like 2 years salary for me. You know, I'm a dirty YouTuber who makes, you know, $2,000 a year.
I live off the earth, man.
I live off the earth, bro. Relax. Yes, they started getting a little nervous. Like, oh my God, will I be able to play? Heaven forbid you just go find a group of people to play with. You know, remember when people used to do that? They used to go find people to play.
Yes. It's amazing how, like, back in the day, we weren't afraid of each other.
Yes, I know that.
It's like, honestly, okay, let's pretend that COVID didn't happen. All right. But like back in the day, yeah, when I was a kid, man, I wanted to know every kid on my block, man. You got a baseball? Let's do this. All right. You like to throw mud? I like to throw mud. Let's do this. You know, and you grow up, it's like, hey, dude, none of us would be gaming if it wasn't the fact that we want to be social.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. Exactly.
It's just, it's
sad.
It is a, you know, with the expression, it is retarding the development and the progress of human beings, of Americans. It really is.
Yep. Basically, yeah, we're kind of like a canary in the coal mine.
Yeah.
You know, this is a very social game. What's happening to society? It's becoming more impersonal, more reliant on electronic means to fulfill old things. All right, so I'm not going to go through all these. The virtual tabletop is going to suck, and it's going to be a money suck. It was demanding, and we were playing on Alienware laptop. What specs are you thinking about? This is going to tank my machine plus OBS plus Zoom plus cap. How are you going to maximize it? All right, so this is where we start getting into, this is when they start digging in. And it becomes a struggle session like the old communists used to put people through. And by the end of it, you know, they wanted these people to come out and be true believers. Cultural consultants are often used to shelter from criticism. What about promoting or hiring marginalized people into decision-making roles? And what are the policies and procedures in place after recommendations are given so they're acted on? They're saying that because all of the decision makers in Wizards of the Coast, all the top executives, all white. 100% of them.
Right.
Now, they may have a woman, Cynthia Williams, as CEO. I'm sure they have more women too, of course.
Just the board of directors type thing.
Well, yeah, top executives, the C-level suites. Yeah, all white. At least last I knew. Here's what they said about that. When it comes to consultants, now these consultants are the shakedown artists. These are like the Al Sharptons of the RPG community.
Right.
Hey, it's a nice game you got there. Be a shame if somebody had to come in and break it. Why don't you pay me off and I'll give you my my blessing. That's what these folks are. These Daniel Kwans, Connie Changs. They want to dip their beak, want to wet their beak. That's it. When it comes to consultants, we want to hire the best people for the job. That's them like saying like we can't just hire some moron off the street. A great game designer is not a culture expert in the broad academic experience of people of color. So yes, we're always paying attention to questions in our workforce. What is our pay equity? I want to create a workforce and a workplace where a disabled person or person of color can create. Never talk about their background, even if they don't want to. All right, so we go further. I think a conversation should take place about creators creating with and for wizards would be good. Do you see the need for that? How do you plan? I do think we want to be a partner of choice. D&D is a community effort. They're trying to get everybody's like spirits back up. There's a lot of lack of confidence and distrust in the community right now. Many of us were attacked for even coming here. So here comes the martyrdom.
Oh gosh.
Did you have to drag your cross with you on that cross-country flight? Did you have to check it into baggage?
Hold on a second here. I just thought of something. This symposium was the basis of that movie we just watched.
Deathstalker.
They called all the major power players to Seattle actually to eliminate them all.
Yeah. God, if only that were true. Yeah, actually eliminate. Man, wouldn't that be nice? But yeah,
that's an interesting. Yeah,
I like the parallel. I like the way you're thinking.
I like how all your movies or all your videos are all like intertwined.
It's like I plan it almost, huh? Yeah, so they're saying many of us were attacked for even coming here. What are you going to put in place protections and restore the lack of trust the community feels? So again, these are people who are not used to looking after themselves. They have been looked after their whole life. Mom and dad, the teachers, everybody, government. That's why a lot of these folks are very hard left, because they don't have an independent spirit. So it's like, what are you going to do for me? They just sit there like looking at you slack-jawed. Good question. I think this is what we're doing. We're engaging directly. January was horrible. Talk about the OGL fiasco. I think we lost sight in the moment that in that moment, D&D is a dialogue. No, D&D is a game. Thank you. D&D is a hot dog that you are selling. And if you put the right amount of mustard, ketchup, and onions and other things on it, it'll sell well. Well, I'm not at all happy with the trust we burned out. I am happy with where we landed. Creative Commons. This has to be Kyle Brink blabbering on about the Creative Commons being irreversible. I can just see this going off the rails, and Kyle Brink just takes out his index card. Mention Creative Commons, dummy. It's a signal we want to keep D&D open and inclusive. Rebuilding trust is continuing to build on the dialogue we're all learning and leaning into here. My commitment as the head of D&D, this is Kyle, is be here and have a dialogue with you. Just these buzz like dialogue. I'm going to dialogue. You want dialogue? Rogan, you want a dialogue? Crazy Mouse? Huh? Let's dialogue.
don't know what that is.
God.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I got the impression as this time period has been doing what it's been doing to the game, many of these people that were invited are kind of part of why it got funky. I'm like,
exactly why.
I'm just honestly trying to digest this. Hey, what do you mean you're doing? Aren't you? Why aren't you doing this? And well, let's take a step back and Wizards is like, you guys are fucking responsible for this.
Yep.
And we just wanted to make some more money.
It's a great point, and it's the classic example of a kid who's been spoiled rotten, which means, and the rotten part is, after a certain point, you can't do nothing about it. When we had our kids, we kind of made up our mind we're gonna raise our kids, the good old fashioned way. Yeah. There were times, and look, that doesn't mean you don't feel for kids when they're screaming and crying about something, and you want to go in there and just say okay, come on now, just stop crying. You don't want to do this. There were times we had to tell, each other nope, let them cry, right. Let them cry it out. It'll be better. And you know what? We have a couple of well-adjusted kids now who wouldn't think that. All right. So here, leading right into that follow-up question for Dixon. Dixon is an employee of Wizards. He's their outreach guy, I think. Wondering what Wizards will do for us after the conclusion of this event, but people are still going to yell at us. This is an adult asking this.
Shit.
Sink that. Drink it in. We've experienced that for a month. It wears down our mental health. It hurts me seeing all the people in this room who took abuse and not seeing Wizards do anything about the harassment we received. Think of how insane for a moment. Because like it or not, these people, Wizards, still, some of them still know how things function. The executives know.
Right.
Now they're catering to these people. On the surface, they believe it, but in that moment, they're probably like, "Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. Who fucked the cake? Who fucked the cake? More sugar, more sugar.
Yeah.
Who fucked the cake? More sugar, more sugar."
It's unbelievable. They want Wizards of the Coast to take ownership over independent YouTubers who are just reporting, who can report on anything they damn well want, but who may occasionally do YouTube or D&D videos.
Yeah, again, taking a step back, dude, Mr. Who asked that question, it's a fucking game, all right? You want to whine about who's going to take care of you and all the other people in the room? Get a fucking life. Why don't you get a job and pay your fucking bills?
Yep.
All right. Seriously, go pick up a shovel and dig, whatever. Then you start worrying about it. Start worrying about your hands, your back. Start worrying about your life, your wife, your children. Honestly, if you're investing that much, hey, we're invested in the game collectively, and we've had to make some decisions recently in regards to Wizards of the Coast, and we moved on. But we're still playing the game.
Yep.
We want the game to be healthy altogether, and we're talking with people that are like-minded and stuff like that. But ultimately, what I worry about, honestly, is my son going to crash his car tonight.
Yeah.
It's
just a game.
Does he have enough gas? My daughter's in college. How's that working out with her? Does she need anything? She's too powerful to ask dad for anything. So, I text her every now and then. I'm worried about that.
Yeah, our Friday nights are for fun. It's an escape from all that, and it's like, I don't know, these people, because they want to they want their characters to be them so they can pollute the game with their real life stuff. In the old days, it used to be an escape from that kind of stuff. Now there is
an extension.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, perfectly put. Yeah, it's an extension of it. Yeah. There is no escape anymore. These people want misery. The slogan of these people, for everything else they say, it comes down to this: misery loves company. These are the most miserable people on earth. They're all mentally ill, and they want everybody else to be just as miserable as they are. Period. Take that to the bank. Write it on your wall. That's all you need to know about these people. Misery loves company because they are miserable cocksuckers. Here's their answer, wizards. Sometimes we step in and settle things, and sometimes we say something and it inflames things further. We don't want to create the Streisand effect, so we need feedback from you as to how we can step in and do better. We want to be active listeners that create better solutions with you that work for all of us.
That sounds like double talk. Triple talk.
Yeah, it is. I think it's quadruple talk.
Yeah. Who's on first?
He said that, she said that, I said that, you said.
Right.
Oh my God. A speaker noted that the lack of response can be just as bad as a poor response. It comes across as a lack of communication. These people are so indignant that this company is not at their beck and call.
Was this a shareholders meeting?
That's what some people compared it to. Yeah. Oh my Lord.
And damn it, give me more Skittles.
Wizards has a PR department. We do not. We're passionate, this community. We appreciate you trying to formulate the answer because we're being attacked in the meantime while you're waiting. Dixon agreed that sometimes we need to respond quickly and sometimes we need to step back, reassess, formulate an answer. These are demons. Are they not?
I just like,
imagine inviting people into your home and this is the things they're saying to you.
Yeah, right.
I'd almost feel sorry for wizards if they weren't just as bad themselves.
I'm sure some of the people that were invited, they have the YouTube channels, influencers or whatever they are, their heart and their mind is probably in the right place. They certainly would like to see wizards, kind of change back a little bit or whatever. But, the gall, honestly, the gall.
Yeah, that's a good word for it. Yeah. Unmitigated gall. Yeah,
absolutely. It's just amazing, and like, if you're like, I hate this, if you're like a normal I hate to use that term because what is normal anymore? If you're one of the normal dudes that show up or woman or whatever, and you got some serious questions about something that you got some passion with, and then these people are flaking out left and right saying, "How are you going to protect me from myself? How are you going to protect me from myself?"
Yeah, someone actually I put that up there for like 2 seconds, but the messages are coming in fast and furious. But it says like, "I need you to protect me from me."
Right.
Yeah.
Here we are. It was from
Maliki. Yeah, Maliki, of course. Yeah.
Yes.
How you doing, buddy? Yeah.
And on a side note, are we pronouncing your name right?
It's a Maliki.
Maliki.
Spell it phonetically in the chat, Maliki. I think it's Maliki. So what? Right there, all right. So yeah, I don't even think I got through that question. Yeah. Dixon agreed that sometimes we need to respond quickly and sometimes we need to step back, reassess, and formulate an answer. That's the question. So here's what's just going to say, yeah, there are issues we need to address and do it better. I'm not going to stand in front of you today and with a plan that's all half-baked. Yes, it's going to take time to make a plan for the future. These guys were so back-footed up by this, I think. This caught them totally by surprise.
You know what? What if all these 30 people the night before just all got together in a hotel like lobby? It was like, let's ask him this, and then let's ask him this, and let's ask him this, and that's how it became.
Well, yeah, they do that. Well,
derailed so fast.
It seems, going by Instructaboy's video, it seemed like they were all thinking the same thing. The thing is, you have to remember, Crazy Mouse is, in a sense, these guys are all in a hive mind. They're kind of like the Borg from Star Trek. They don't think separately. They run in the same circles and they think very much alike. And they know very much, and I'm being 100% serious here. They know very much the right answer. So it's almost, my God, it's probably frightening to be in a room where a lot of these people are, and they just kind of like
robots
look at each other and like blink, and you're like, oh my God, wait, what's going on here? And it's like the hive mind at work. They know. And all it took was Connie Chang to stand up and berate somebody, and then the racist critical bard, the despicable racist critical bard, must have said something to him. I'm not exactly sure what he said though. Maybe somebody in the chat can let us know. And then I guess that opened up the floodgates to all this stuff. And you guys got to hang around because I have a doozy. I have a doozy here. This woman is insane, and she wrote about this on her Twitter. This woman is completely nutso.
My kind of gal.
Oh yeah. Not in a good way. Well, you know what? Physically, she looks good. But
I'll say this.
Lord,
we're talking about these people in Double D. You just talked about it. Like they're all like so similar in mindset. We have such a small group. Our group is 8 when you count your daughter.
Yeah.
We're not alike. We don't have.
Not at all. Yeah, you may think I play with a bunch of like Republicans and right leaning. I don't. I play. Rogan's a little left. Gavin Morgan is even more left. Crazy Mouse, I think if you were political, you'd probably maybe lean a little right. I
don't even know.
Yeah, you're not. You're totally apolitical, but from a social point of view, I think we're all.
But like
we all sort of
look at from another point of view. Like as far as for hobbies, we enjoy sports.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Rogan and Pew Pew really don't.
Yep.
We
have it's like variety of thought, diversity of thought. Imagine that.
Yeah.
The true diversity.
Yeah.
And those are just a few examples. Yeah. We have white collar workers. We have blue collar workers.
Yeah. I'm an accountant. Rogan is a welder.
I'm not a doctor. I'm a dasher.
Yeah. Crazy Mouse is a dasher. My wife is a teacher. It's like we come from all walks of life. We're not a bunch of unemployed YouTube scumbags, which is what 80% of these people probably were. Oh, God. What rights are granted to VTT creators? We need to maintain ownership of our work. Again, that entitlement.
Yes.
VTT is the virtual tabletop, of course. And they're talking about, well, if I write something and throw it up on virtual tabletop, do I still have the rights to that? We've heard this message loud and clear. Your content is your content. I don't know what the language is to make that official because we're a ways away from that, but we hear you loud and clear. Yes, you can keep your terrible adventures, your terrible subclasses. I mean, you don't have a creative bone in your body, some of you. I've seen Journeys Through the Radiant Citadel. I've flipped through Candlekeep. They're awful. People are awful. But I'm sure there's other. Also, to be fair, I'm sure there's normies who throw things up on VTT, and it's probably quite good. So, we always got to remember, too, that we're seeing the worst of it.
Right.
They have, 4 million people signed up on their virtual tabletop or something. A lot of those people are just normal folks like us.
I'm sure of it.
They don't even go on, like Twitter, and they're probably just like, huh, what?
There's another thing. Some of us are on social media. Some of us aren't at all.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Crazy Mouse is not. Rogan,
Gavin isn't.
Gavin is not. Rogan, you are a little.
A little, yeah.
Little, but not much. I'm on there too much now.
I mean, some of us are parents. Some of us aren't.
Yeah.
I mean, we're a pretty broad spectrum.
Always try to do that. Try to be with people that aren't exactly like you. You'll learn from them. You'll learn tolerance for other people. Now, look, we may disagree on certain things, but there's also a lot of things where we hold, and a lot of it is just common sense.
I tell you what, I firmly believe this. I've had this discussion with a handful of people that, my circle of friends who I keep very small, our core, I believe, is nearly identical.
Yeah. Our values. It used to be called values.
Our values are, and then, and I'm quite proud of that. Very proud of that.
As am I. Yeah. Look, if we didn't have sort of the same values, people wouldn't last really that long, just to be incompatible. If one of these guys snuck their way in, it would be incompatible.
Yeah.
Could you imagine somebody tried to whip out an X card at our game? What would happen?
I honestly think we
those people that throw trading cards at bananas and cut them in half. That's what would happen.
Yeah. Throw it right back.
I'm 100% with you. Keep sharing. Let's get to 120. That'd be awesome.
Let's do
that.
Yes.
Thank you, El.
Panther and I have a very intrinsic math calculation. 120 is not 120, man.
That's right. So when creators are here we go again. Just this this martyrdom that they think when creators are constantly taking hits on behalf of Wizards of the Coast because we're the people can access, it takes a toll and wears on us. Are you putting together mental health and support resources? Because we need them. Oh my God. I'm sure even Kyle Brink, as dumb as he is, probably just glanced at over it. I don't know if Cynthia Williams was there, the CEO, but maybe they shared a glance in a moment, all right, I'm done.
Double D, can you give a 5-second explanation of an X card? We have a couple people in the chat even asking.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, X cards are part of Safety Tools, which is a new invention, last 6 or 7 years. It is a way for players. It's a way, honestly, for fragile people with some mental problems to stop your game and say, I don't think this game should be going in this direction. You need to stop this right now, DM. I'm holding up this X card to tell you, stop what you're saying and move past this.
Almost rewind it.
Yeah, and rewind it. That didn't happen. This is stuff we used to joke about, oh yeah, could you imagine that? This is now reality for people.
It's a time machine.
Yeah, so, and thank you for asking too. Yeah, I forget sometimes, oh, everybody's here. They know that. No, I did a video. If you look at my back content, I did a Safety Tools video and what I think of them. Hint, I don't think a lot of them. And by the way, while I have you guys here, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so. I do this kind of stuff. I will do it as often as I can because I like doing it. I like making fun of awful people. We like making fun of them. We like joking about them. Do we not?
Yeah.
I mean, these are bad people, and we don't give a heck.
Like and subscribe, share.
Yeah, like, subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. But it's not the only thing we do too. Last couple of videos, if you look in there, we did a breakdown of some movies, you can maybe take inspiration from in your D&D game. We did Sword and the Sorcerer. We did Deathstalker. So I don't ever want to be just one of those outrage channels. It's very important to have a little bit of variety there. Even if I know the outrage sells, we probably wouldn't have 100 people here if it wasn't about Wizards of the Coast, so, and I understand that. Hey, look, I'll ride that wave a little bit. But, stick around for a little bit of the other fun, too. Just throw it on.
We've had comments, and these are the ones I actually will highlight. I'll send a screenshot maybe to Double D and Gavin. Rogan's been involved. People have said they like our banter back and forth.
Yeah.
We're best friends outside of this channel. Yeah. So we want that to come across on the channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. When Double D has this.
Yeah. And I am, I could probably reach out to more YouTubers if I could, but honestly, guys, I mean, I will, get them on.
You're, in my eyes, you are small potatoes until Sniper Wolf.
Yeah.
I'm
going to work on that. Yeah.
She's the only YouTuber I ever heard of when he told me he was doing a YouTube channel.
You start lobbying on my behalf. Yeah. But yeah, I'm going to try to, I had Max Boivin,
who was
Reactionary Games.
I was not in the seat that night. I was listening at home.
He did great.
He did great.
Yeah.
He did
Subscribe to his channel too. Cal or ANN if you're there. I don't know if you can put a link in there. But subscribe to his channel. So subscribe to OGGM. These are guys, even if they don't agree with me 100%. I think Max is even more he's even more I don't want to say to the right. He probably is a little bit more to the right of me, if you can believe that. But yeah, he gives a good perspective. Great guy. OGGM, he's probably a little bit more to the left of me. But these are all good people. We might not agree on everything, but we want everybody to prosper over here because, some of these other folks are prospering and they shouldn't. Quite frankly, if things were just.
I should know when the zombie apocalypse comes, I want to be around these people because they'll feast on each other.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. So let's look at a couple of, this. All right. So they're asking about mental health and support resources. And what does Wizards say? What can they say? We're working on this within the company. No, you're not. How could you? These aren't employees. These are YouTubers.
Here's a shareholders meeting.
But it's different when it's outside the company. Do you think? It's like explaining. They have to explain this like it's their children.
God, you don't want to worry about you. This will take care of your mental health. Here's a couple links to some George Carlin videos. Watch that, you'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly. Send us your suggestions for how you can be supported. We'll give you virtual back rubs. Yeah, we'll rub your back virtually.
Good touch. Good touch.
Not bad touch. Yeah. These are hard questions. Oh, of course they're hard because you didn't expect them. You didn't expect to be questioned by. I mean, these are man children. Now, this had to come from a woman. I'm gonna say. I think I know who, and she's coming up next. You guys got to stick around. We'll do a few more of these, and then we'll get to her. I understand the concern about being targeted online. Oh yeah, targeted. You mean criticized? It's called criticism. Hey, look, you guys are free to criticize me all you want. Call me any name in the book.
We got broad shoulders. We're here to learn too.
I don't block anybody. I haven't blocked anybody on my channel. You guys, if you guys ever think I do, take a look at my Will Wheaton video. See the comments from these Will Wheaton lunatics that that are on there. I just go, yeah. Sometimes I'll just ignore them. Sometimes I'll be like, hey, thanks for watching, bro.
God, like and subscribe.
Yeah. We've had that happen to our own team members. Oh my God. They were criticized. You mean someone like Diversity and Dragons criticized two of your racist employees and contractors? Guys, when you see some of these people, it's very easy to do an advanced Twitter search. It's not magic what your boy Double D does when he does his videos. You can do it too. Type in their name, and you search for 3 words: white or men or dudes. And that will expose them every single time. It works. Like garlic to a vampire. You'll see it, and then you'll be like, yes, this person's a lunatic. Or you'll see like, oh no, you know what? They don't go off. Because if they are like this, they will 100% of the time just go off on white men, or as they like to say, white dudes. They will have a chain on Twitter of nothing but that. So it's very easy for you guys to check up on these. Yeah, so Wizards is just saying like, boy, how can we support you? You're not our fucking employees. Here's another question. Employees have access to mental health resources and support. We as freelancers don't. It's become toxic. We're here because we love this game. It feels like you don't have our back, and we need you to. And the only answer, thank you for sharing that so openly.
Yeah.
Gosh.
You got a response
from, let's see, systematic. Any name in the book, you say. Well, then, sir, Double D of the Double Desk. I should take you up on your. There we go. Yep. Yes, thank you. I have these broad shoulders, as you can tell. They're almost as broad as the sorceress in that action figure, but
almost
not quite. I wonder what his name was before he transitioned.
Like that South Park episode.
So
the girl became the the dude became a girl so she could compete.
I have not seen that one yet.
That's a classic. Yeah, ahead of their time. Yeah, man, like that was actually asked, like Q&A, like, hey, what do you want to ask us about this great game we play with dice and fake knights and monsters and such, and even some romance. Employees have access to mental health resources and support. We as freelancers don't. It's become toxic. We're here because we love this game. Oh. It feels like you don't have our back, and we need you to. Imagine that.
You know what? They don't like. They're not volunteering at a reptile place, putting their head in an alligator's mouth. Mm-hmm. That person might need some.
Well,
God,
if
you're freelancing and you're doing this thing, if you're not doing it for the love of it, then you don't belong to be in there.
Yeah. How about
honestly, if the things that you write are going to scar you, your problems are far bigger than the Wizards of the Coast. Far bigger than that.
It sounds like the only thing this meeting was missing was when you entered in the doors after one of your bio breaks, they gave you like a basket of rotten fruit.
Yeah.
You're like through that,
Yeah.
guys up front.
Yeah.
Watch out for that head of lettuce.
And some of you may be wondering, like, who do you root for here? It's a very good question. Thank you for asking. You're very smart. You view this. I've made this analogy before, but it's like Germany and the Soviet Union in World War II, Iran and Iraq in 1980. What are you rooting for? You're rooting for a bloodbath. You're hoping that these two evil entities, this hive mind of like leftist influencers, whatever, and this horrible company that is, employs racists, you hope they bleed each other dry and diminish each other. And we, the normal people, sit back with our popcorn and we watch, we laugh, and we win. That's what we're rooting for. You want these people to bleed each other dry. Keep them fighting. God, instigate fights when you can. Even if you have to wear a different hat, just keep them at each other's throats, because it's good. This is good for the long-term health of this game that we love.
Yeah. Cut the infected flesh off and then bandage the wound.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yep.
This is how democracy ends.
Thunderous applause. Yeah.
Thank you, Princess Amidala.
There have been several missteps in the handling of race in D&D, handling of Hadozi, which they already addressed. Long-standing issues about orcs. Here we go again. Changes to the term race and more. Tasha's addressed it a little bit. What's your game plan for addressing this in the future? What is Wizards of the Coast's high-level approach for handling it and how to rebuild trust? This is somebody who just wanted to ask a question, so they just hit all the talking points.
Buzzwords.
Yeah. Yep. It's like they've gone over this shit, and so here's their standard. We're doing inclusion reviews, sharing it to a pro, sharing it to another pro, making changes, share it back to the pro. See if that addresses it. They're washing their hands of it, and they're turning it over to a bunch of Al Sharptons. That's how they're handling it. Are you happy? Do you think Al Sharpton is a good guy?
Look up Tanya Brawley.
Yeah, Tawana Brawley. Yeah, exactly.
That was a bad situation all the way around. If people don't remember the fact that, I believe a police officer took his own life over a lie.
Yep, and Al Sharpton still has not apologized for that, by the way. Yeah, scumbag. And a lot of these cultural consultants, just bad hombres. Bad hombres. What is Wizards' core value at a high level? With queer, trans, etc. players more visible than possible, which has dangers. I don't understand that. What is your core audience? What is your plan? Okay, well, hopefully they'll follow up on that. What is your plan for race? More, not fewer. I feel like these people are talking a different language. I read that just as it was written.
They are talking a different language.
Klingon.
Yeah. Oh, stewardess, I speak jive. We're trying to widen the play space. I mean, it widens itself.
The play space is in the mind.
Yeah. Well, they're talking like, oh, more black people can play now. Yeah, they always could. They just chose not to. Look, guys, go watch RPG Elite's video. He's one of the good one, good ones. One of the good one of us, on this side of common sense is what I'm trying to say. And he tells you, as a black man, why role-playing games kind of didn't catch on.
Right.
There is like a lot of, when you hear his reasons, it's like, they kind of make sense. Culturally, it's just not something that was ever embraced.
I like this as his perspective, his honest perspective.
Yeah.
What were some of them?
Well, a lot of it is. So I think one of it was like religious. It's just it's not something they plan. It's not something you would do if I'm thinking back, you know, some of the black community, you know, the Southern Baptist, it doesn't fit. I think there's things about with like masculinity, you know, culturally, stuff like this would just not be, it would kind of be frowned upon. You know, if you're a black dude, you know, playing this, he says, like, from what I remember.
And what's his age? Like how
he's
old?
our age.
So it also could have been, this isn't an expensive game to be a player. It's more expensive, I think, to be a DM.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I don't know if economic would fall into it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that could be, you know, I can't remember if that was a reason. I'll have to go back and watch that video. I like him too, because he does his own thing too with like, I'm going to make this video on, you know, the game Top Secret from like 1981. And he doesn't care how many views it gets. You know, he could just talk about race all day long and get like clicks, you know, and views, but you know, he'll occasionally do a video like that, but you know, he also does things that he loves. So I really like him. But yeah, so I always thought that was interesting. So yeah, Wizards is just towing the line here, just saying, you know, we need to look at what content is not welcome in our space because it reflects hate. What reflects hate? We need to walk our convictions and ideologies of inclusivity to make it clear hate is not welcome.
Let's be inclusive, colonizer.
Yeah. Let's have our 2 minutes of hate against hate every day at the Wizards headquarters. You guys can burn people like me in effigy. Because you are, I mean, it's always the case. You know,
hate.
Yeah, the ones that talk about it all the time, most hateful people you'd ever want to meet. When push comes to shove, these people will stick a knife in your back and not think twice about it. So yeah, they're just they made their Faustian bargain, Wizards of the Coast. They had, you know, they in some ways felt like they had to placate these weirdos, and now there's no turning back.
If I could quote, they might be giants. You can't shake the devil's hand and say that you were kidding.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Exactly. Well put. Yeah, that's a good pull. Yeah. Perfect. And that's exactly what they did. They made this bargain. And now they got to live with it.
This will probably be the last time they have one of these
summits,
shareholder meetings.
They say they're going to have more. The way this one went,
yeah, but they're gonna bring in their own ringers.
Yeah, we need you to sit in aisle 3, and here's when the natives are getting restless. We need you to calm them down, and we'll put an extra granola bar in your bag, swag bag.
They'll invite me this time. They'll be like, "All right, at least you're normal. Just put on a fake mustache, and this is diversitio un dragonio." Just don't pepper us with. By the way, have you seen Vince McMahon lately? Yes, he's got this. He's got this really thin mustache now. And somebody in one of the videos said he looks like a 1920s art dealer. Okay. I'll try to pull it up.
Boston Blackie, is that what it is?
Yeah, it's real thin on the upper lip. Yeah, it's like it's hilarious. I thought that I was laughing at that comment.
WrestleMania was this weekend. Yeah.
He's so funny.
This was a busy weekend. We had WrestleMania with the Final Four with the Seattle Symposium.
Yes. All right, a creator who felt he was thrown under the bus in an article asked what to do to prevent that in the future. He was told to contact them immediately, not weeks or months later. If a content creator feels they're being called out by Wizards of the Coast, they need to reach out so Wizards of the Coast can review it and address it. If you see something, say something. My God. So they are getting barraged with all these questions. Given that 90% of these questions have been addressed by your inclusivity and diversity team, how do you plan to expand and support that team? They come to me, and as they express needs, we address them. You can almost sense he's getting weary. You know, It's probably Kyle Brink.
Come out of the room, I throw him Skittles and tell him to get back in the room.
Yeah. Back to work. Yeah. Will you be hiring more? Because clearly more community support is needed. Oh, really? You've been in the office for 2 days, Tiger. You got it all figured out what our employment needs are.
I've been here for about 2 weeks on time most of the time. I think it's time we talk promotion.
yeah. That's what these kind of people are. Yeah, exactly. Our team works hard, I think, to help and serve you. We may not get to everything immediately, but we will escalate internally. God, they're probably like, this is daycare.
Yeah. Wizards of the Coast, Little Egos Daycare.
Talk about the advent of AI. Do you know the current stance of AI inside Wizards of the Coast? Well, they're against it. It's like do you remember Kingpin? Like, you know what the Bible says about, being angry? No, tell us what it does say. Well, it's against it. Yeah, so no AI for Wizards of the Coast. That would take somebody's job, somebody's cushy job there. All right, so I think now we're at the revisions. So it's not a new edition, and it was never meant to be. This stuff we already covered, so I don't want to bore you with that. I will show you one lunatic here. Boy, this chick is out there. All right, Jennifer Kretschmer. There she is. Looks pretty good looking, right? I mean, for just on the face of it. Producer, actor, DM, Dungeoneer, Children of Yrt.
Huh?
I don't know. She's handicapped. Boy, if somebody stumbled on this woman and thought they were like, oh man, I gotta keep her here.
Just because you can't see it doesn't mean I'm not handicapped.
All right, so this is our old circling back. It all comes back here. This is Indestructible on Twitter. The guy whose video we were watching earlier, the guy with the eye patch. Guy cool looking, huh? Guy had a real eye patch. I think that was real. If I lost an eye, I'd wear an eye patch.
Yeah.
If it's fake, let me know. If it's fake, I will mock him to no end. But there's a rumor going around that an influencer tried to pressure Wizards D&D into providing healthcare for creators. I know the exact comment that stirred this, and that wasn't what they were saying at all. Not sure where this started, but I'll try to dispel it. And then the guilty party put their hand up and said, "Hi, I'm the person who asked this question, and this isn't entirely accurate. I had decided from the moment I received the invitation that I wasn't going to talk about my attending until after the summit for many reasons. My own concerns about my own health, travel, and in-person gatherings." Oh boy. If somebody's talking in language like that at this point, because it's all like COVID related, you can tell this person's a nut job. The hope story of harassment and abuse of creators in this space, my own desire to have time to collect my thoughts and questions without outside influence or input, and many, many other reasons. I took this opportunity to give feedback to the executives directly seriously. So seriously, in fact, that it's the first time I've traveled or been around any group of people since the beginning of the pandemic. Or been around any group of people since the beginning of the pandemic. This is who Wizards of the Coast looked at and said,
she's our target audience.
Yeah, that is our target audience. Get Jennifer Kretschmer here. We need to see somebody who is a recluse.
That can't be her real picture then. It cannot.
That must be. They don't look like trans or anything. I mean, it's oh my God, I don't even know anymore.
Someone made a comment that she looks like Pinocchio.
Yeah. Yep. You know what a lot of these girls do too, and you see this with Jennifer Price, the Paizo lunatic. She took this cutesy little cowboy hat photo like 10 years ago.
Oh.
You know, she kind of has this little looking up.
Wait, is that the cringe? You want me to
she's the one that was talking in my intro about fans are awful.
Yep.
Yeah, that's her.
That's what I was.
That's what she really looks like.
She's an awful human being.
Look. Oh yeah, one of the worst.
And then one photo, she's in a cowboy hat.
Right.
That's it.
That's in your that's in your promo. Too.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
The
Yeah,
cowboy hat's in the promo.
Oh, she's living off that. She will not change that for the life of her. She do not look like that anymore.
Yeah.
And even that picture, you kind of got to squint. But if you didn't know anything about her and you saw her, you'd be like, oh yeah, whatever, kind of cutesy, normal looking girl, whatever. Moving on, blah blah blah. But she plays that up like so much. She will not get rid of it. She does not look like that anymore. And I got a feeling maybe Jennifer doesn't look like. I don't know. I don't want her to say like, "Oh, you guys are picking on my."
We're not.
Yeah, we're not. We're
promoting your channel.
We're promoting your.
Yes. Yeah.
It looks like a glamour shot, honestly.
It
like,
does.
like you paid money for that.
And her statement says something, honestly. If she's truthful about that statement, then I just can't imagine being held up for nearly 3 years, not being around a large group of people.
That's
Honestly, what do you?
It is, yeah.
These maintain your personal hygiene standards. Not that she doesn't bathe or anything like that, but like
Mhm.
lam yourself up, while you're by yourself. I mean, like I got to look at this and I'm taking assumptions here. She's probably got 4 or 5 dudes in the friend zone. They're just
Yeah.
they're waiting for their opportunity. That's never going to happen.
That's the only kind of guy that she would attract. Yeah.
I'm sorry for any dudes out there that are in the friend zone. It's
I would not have done this if it had been presented as a PR event. So she's saying I wouldn't have. I'd still be a hermit if I had known this was a PR event. Maybe I tell you what, you're probably the only one there that can say this, but they did you a favor, Jennifer. They got you out of the house.
Maybe that's why they picked her.
Yeah. Charity. They could write that one off as a charitable contribution. One of the major themes in the questions I wrote was about sustainability of this industry for freelance creators. Oh, you're a freelancer.
I thought she was an actress.
That's right, or a producer. These guys invent these titles in their head.
Yeah, the Bard School of Dance.
Whose health and welfare, both mental and physical, has regularly and substantially been threatened and or damaged by the consequences of decisions by D&D. The rantings and ravings of a lunatic people. D&D has made a decision. They made a bad decision on the OGL, but whatever. It was a business decision, a stupid one. And this chick is taking it to heart. Like they personally did this to me. Freelancers do not receive health insurance, but more importantly, creators have become a shield for companies. What? And often are taking the brunt of those decisions by association.
That's not, I don't, huh?
I mean, it's like, what do you say to this insanity? She's probably like one of these weirdo, like what was like one of these weirdo stalkers, like, man, I go to the same gym as this actor. Basically, I was in that movie that he was in. It's like
I got it in my mind. I have a picture of someone I knew in my life back in the day. I have this picture of this woman that I knew a long time ago.
SM?
For some reason that just for some reason I have this. This is my image of this woman right here. It's Jennifer. This dramatic, melodramatic. I don't even know how to describe.
I know. We'll have to talk about SM. Good old solitaire.
I just think that this person, and again, this Jennifer, boy, man, they're just so alike, and that's
you're sensing the crazy, right? I mean, Crazy Mouse. You got a good
pair loco,
yep. The issue to me.
It screamed crazy to me when it said, "This is my first time going out in public," or whatever the fuck, since the beginning of the pandemic. That happened in different time frames for different parts of the country and for different people. And in our city, where we all live, it was Friday the 13th. It was
when it started. Yeah.
That's when the pandemic started in our hometown.
Right.
The fucking world shut down at that point. They sent all the kids home with their books in totes because they knew that was going to be it for a while. Then that weekend, some bars were open, some were closed. We went and saw a band play that a friend of ours is in, and that Monday there was limits on that weekend. There was no limits on groceries,
and then
but on that Monday there was. So in our city it was March 13th.
Yep.
So when did it happen for her? So this girl has not gone out in 3
years. Yeah, over 3 years.
If it happened
Brutal.
at a similar time frame.
Oh yeah, I would have. Yeah. I can't imagine her. She's probably living in a pretty liberal place, I would imagine. So yeah, it could have even started. Crazy. Well, and the thing is, it's not so much when it started
even before.
It's not even so much when it started. It's like when did your locality relent and let up on these restrictions? And I guarantee you, she was in one that did not. Was just going in hard.
And ours started. Our city had the red, yellow, green. Thing, and we weren't green. Our county didn't turn green till sometime in the middle of summer.
Yep.
We had to go across state line,
get a haircut. Yeah, I went to a speakeasy haircut place. Yeah,
I had to rob the neighbor's house to get toilet paper.
That's right. Yeah, we needed our toilet paper. All right. The issue to me is that those companies provide digital harassment. Those companies provide digital harassment. What has she done? Oh, digital harassment tools and resources, health, insurance, and mental health support, among other benefits to their employees. Employees is the operable term there, Jennifer, while providing zero support to creators. You're a freelancer. If you want to work at Wizards of the Coast, apply for a job.
Can I offer like a good for me for free mental health that helps me out all the time? Crazy Mouse, he's aware of this right here. YouTube videos of kittens.
Oh man, I love them.
Yeah,
I love them.
I'm sorry, I'm a
Salve
sucker
for the
it,
soul.
man. I laughed my ass off. They're cute as heck, And I
Mrs. Deal. Well, she'll show me those too.
And then they're in my like algorithm, which means then they show up in my shorts. Everyone, not my shorts, but my YouTube shorts every once in a while.
My shorts. Even providing a resource list to contractors and freelancers and offering support if a crisis occurs, if creators are getting death threats, doxxed, etc., because of their work with, oh my God, just goes on and on. I was not asking for health insurance, but she was. Well, let me ask you this, Jennifer. Would you have turned it down if they did offer it?
Right.
But Dan tried to say that Wizards employees experience the same thing. And I followed up by pointing out that employees have health insurance and mental health services covered, while freelancers do not. Then don't freelance for them.
Yeah.
Don't freelance.
Yes, set up. Right. That's a choice.
Yes. Oh my God.
That's a choice.
You'd have to explain this to her like a child, and she would just be looking at you like, yeah, but I don't have health insurance.
Well, you know what? What's insidious is like she's going off on here right now, thinking that okay, this is owed or she should get it, and that knowing full well she made the choice.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's just shilling for the poor me's.
Yep. Or martyrdom.
Tora 58 says she just wants a job without doing any work.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. And they would never hire you, Jennifer. Even you. They will hire productive idiots, but they know when they hire you, they know what they're getting.
Yes.
You're already, proudly announcing, I'm disabled. I don't know. Is she another one of these fibromyalgia women?
We went on that Rogan last time. Someone, Robin Irwin says freelancer means independent contractors.
Right.
I'm technically an independent contractor as a Dasher. I'm not a DoorDash employee. I don't have benefits through them.
Yes. They don't withhold your taxes. They give you a lump sum, and
I
boom.
wouldn't expect them to do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
With a company as large as D&D, at a bare minimum, when freelancers are the ones targeted and abused for corporate executive decisions, the least they can do is think about digging into their pockets, offering some bare bones mental health and digital protection services for us. So she really does kind of want. She kind of does want them to pay up. I didn't say that. I didn't say I wanted insurance. But
a bag of cough drops and some kitten videos. You'll be fine.
How about some Sprite and chicken noodle soup?
Yeah. Yeah.
Jennifer.
Don't forget the saltines.
Saltines too. Yeah, I got
love those saltines.
Saltines or Ritz. Yeah. Just, I mean, how do you? There's the the Two Towers or whatever. That the movie. King Theoden.
Yep.
How do you deal with such reckless hate? Remember he said that line talking about the orcs that are about to attack.
Right.
How do you deal with such idiocy here? I mean, it's stupefying. They're probably saying like, well, we're a company. We're like I said, we're selling books. We're a hot dog vendor. We sell hot dogs. And then they're saying, well, the butterfly effect of you selling that is, people look at me and say, I don't like this hot dog. And I see you're eating that hot dog too. Why are you eating it? She's blaming the fucking company for making hot dogs.
Yeah.
It's insanity.
Yeah.
This is sort of, I don't know, I wonder if it's their goal to just get everybody to not know what is real anymore.
Oh, man.
Do you ever feel like that way?
Yeah. I try to compare it inside my mind.
If the lines are all blurred, then we can never cross them.
Yeah, there's a famous interview with Yuri Bezmenov, who was a former KGB agent who came over to the U.S. He defected to the U.S. And he was this is the mid 80s, so this is in the time of Reagan. But even back then, he was saying like, I can't believe what you guys are allowing. Boy, this guy was prophetic. I'll have to play that sometime. But just saying that you've already allowed these schmucks, he called them, to infiltrate your institutions of higher learning. He's like, so this, what we were planning in the Soviet Union is already on its way. He says, this is destabilization. And he went through the process of this was a plan of the Soviet Union. And when they fell, I don't know if it just kind of informally got picked up by, let's just say ideological allies of the Soviet Union. But one of the things he said one of the things about destabilization is they want you to not know what you can believe anymore.
Right.
It's a tactic. You don't know what is right, what is wrong anymore. So when somebody comes in like a strong man and says, no, this is what we're going to do, you'll kind of throw your hands up and go, well, at least that guy knows, what he's doing. Let's just listen to him. It's frightening stuff, honestly. I mean, I don't know where we're going to end up, but if people are taking someone like this seriously, can it end up anywhere good?
But the part that is frustrating is some people will bend to her.
Oh yeah. You got simps, and then you got like, girl power allies, and you got scared corporations.
Yeah, and she's in that completely in that whole entitlement, vein right there as well. This is what an entitled way of if you're a creator, if you're creating and you're a freelancer like for any length of time, you got to know where your limits are. You have, I mean, honestly, if you've lived any amount of time being a freelancer, full well the parameters of every aspect of your life in regards to what you need to do to keep going. This woman's a liar. With all due respect.
Yeah. Oh no, she is. Yeah. Well, she lies to herself.
Yeah.
She lies to herself.
She practices on herself.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. Well said. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. Lies to herself so she can lie to the world.
Lady, there are no living martyrs.
Why should I accept you for your freaking changes when you don't accept yourself for the shit that you're doing?
Yeah. We are hemorrhaging creators from this industry. Well, if we're hemorrhaging creators like you, then let's count that as a positive. Yeah. Because we are breaking from the disconnect of low pay, healthcare, overwork, expectations, projection, abuse, fatigue, and burnout. Mostly important marginalized voices who are likely to have the least access to those services. Well, what you could do, like our friend Greg does. Greg Gillespie, what we're talking about, made one of the iconic OSR adventures.
The Barrow Maze.
Oh, that was a grind.
And Dwaro Deep. But let me tell you, he didn't stay home all day and complain on the internet. about how tough life is. No, he actually gets up and goes to a job, where he's admitted, he is a professor who does not toe the company line up in Canada, which is even more leftist. So I'm sure him going to work every day is a real joy. He's got employees who probably despise him because they've been poisoned and brainwashed over the last 20 years. But you know what? He probably goes to work every day, does his job, and then comes home and then writes a series of killer adventures.
Right.
Whereas you sit on your fat, flabby ass, Jennifer, and complain about all the mean people on Twitter. Well, maybe if you put down the Twitter and started writing, you would make something worthwhile. I don't know anything you've done. I'm willing to bet that it's horrible, because anybody that doesn't leave their house for 3 years,
that's so frustrating to hear,
is probably not going to dream up something that I want to, put at my table.
In fairness, I made that comment. I think I take it back. It's not frustrating, because she's not someone I would want to hang out with anyway. So with her in her home for 3 years, maybe did me a favor.
Yeah.
Right.
I think I'm more disappointed that COVID won.
Yeah.
Well, I guess here's another question I'm going to ask in regards to, has there been any specifics in regards to what she's contributed to Wizards or to gaming? What as a freelancer, where she put out?
She wrote an adventure that maybe we heard of.
Right. Because honestly,
let us know, chat. By the way, go ahead.
I just say what has she offered to allow herself to hold on to that title, that label? Honestly, because if you haven't submitted anything and
then you're not a freelancer,
for example, then don't tell them to give you insurance.
Right.
Honestly, because they.
Well, guys, let us know if she has made anything. Has she made anything of note? I can't imagine that this woman would have written something that would be worthwhile, but who knows?
Someone
I
just
could be wrong.
typed in. Hold on. Wait, someone just said something. It moved on me.
Authoritative News Network.
Did you find it?
Oh, wait a minute. That's not it.
Okay.
Did I click the wrong one? Did it move on me that quick?
Chat's moving fast and furious.
She wrote
Crazy Mouse, you gotta
Mysteries of Candledeep.
Playing whack-a-mole with the comments. If you guys really want to get your comment up there, you could super chat. Oh my lord,
super chat it. There's something in the coffers.
Yeah,
we need another mic. Is what we need. Don't we need one more? Is that accurate?
I could lie and say yes, but no. I have a job. Yeah, I got them all. I got them all.
I remember
we'll
one
do a
day,
live play.
I remember. Yep, that's when we were trying to get
wheelchair girl.
No, that's that's Sally Mustang something. She's another lunatic, but yeah, I don't think this is her. Is it?
No, because ANN typed that in, and then Doug quickly squashed it.
Yeah, no, I don't.
There's no option to super chat, says Charlotte. I'm not sure what that means. Like how to fix that.
No option to super chat. Oh my lord. We will.
We'll fix that.
We'll have to fix that.
We're all gonna have back to work.
But I don't know, guys.
Someone else just typed in that too. There's no option for super chat.
Well, that would be very disconcerting, seeing as I did put that up as a option, but who knows? You guys have been getting away with.
Well, it sounds like to me this girl hasn't written nothing. No one can find anything on her.
She's not written anything, guys. Really?
We're not finding. No one's typing it in. Everyone keeps saying combat wheelchair girl, but someone else is squashing that.
Oh my lord.
She was in Veronica Mars.
She was in Veronica Mars, really?
No, we to be determined.
It's weird because all right, see if I don't know if it's it was inactive, but I don't know. It was active before because I know ANN gave me a super chat at one time. Yeah, well, whatever. But yeah, oh my God, this chick. It's a nice concept, except for the fact.
Maybe she wrote something with K-Rin in it.
All right, I think we're done with the insanity here. As far as what's her name, Jennifer
Kirschmeyer or something like that.
Oh, yep, Kretschmer. And here's GM Connie Chang.
Hack and slash.
Thank you so damn much for speaking up yesterday, as you have been over and over. I hope leadership will soon actually listen and implement change. The creators don't have to keep yelling ourselves hoarse for a better industry.
Well, if you want to catch mice and your mousetrap's not working, build a better mousetrap.
Do you guys want to look at another video? This is nothing to do with the diversity summit, but
bring it on.
You may like this one, maybe.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Split the Party. We're glad to see you here.
Oh, he looks old.
That's Monty.
Oh, he's had a lot of his soul sucked out, hasn't he?
Yeah.
No Shanna, but we get Dominique Dickey, the racist herself. And a very cute, perky young girl. I don't know who that is.
Darcy, I have no idea who you're in bed with.
Yep. Yeah,
so we are here with a casual hangout chat. We've started doing these a few weeks ago, and they've been really enjoyable. So definitely interact with us on chat. Let us know what you're thinking and what your questions are. But today we have myself, Darcy, we have Monty, and special guest Dominique, our amazing intern from a bit ago. And Dominique's first published adventure, is that correct?
Yeah.
Just came out, Heist on Miracle 4. It's awesome. It's Cypher System. It'll work for any cool spacefaring setting, but it works great with The Stars Are Fire, the art from which is beautifully displayed around us. And just so you all know, we're donating all proceeds from that adventure this month to Black Lives Matter, and we're...
All right, cool. This is obviously a while ago. I think this is like 2020. They're caught up in the insanity.
Matching the first 1,000 copies.
Woman in charge of Black Lives Matter has a very nice mansion thanks to money like this.
Black Lives Matter, right?
Monty Cook's like he tried to shapeshift into a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. That's funny.
Purchased for that. We're going to make a matching donation, and we're really excited about it. So,
are you really excited? Huh? Oh, come on, you're breaking my heart, Darcy.
Thank you all for joining us. And we're going to have a casual chat, and then we'll maybe dig a little deeper into what goes into making an awesome adventure like Dominique made.
Hey, look what BLM stands for. Buying large mansions. Very good. Very good, Muppet.
Sorry.
Yeah, so Dominique, many of our audience members may not know you yet. Would you mind telling us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I am a writer, editor, and consultant. I work in fiction and RPGs. I'm also a full-time student. I'm writing a thesis on the representation of non-binary genders in 21st century American science fiction. It's a very long sentence. I said it a lot lately, so I'm getting practice. And I interned at MCG from September-ish 2019 to January 2020. And yeah, I think those are all the things about me.
She has such a squeaky voice. This Dominique is a virulent racist. Does not like white people at all. So perky though.
Perky, but I she tripped one of my triggers. In regards to this whole non-binary situation.
Mm-hmm.
I
Your name's Dominique. You're a woman. I hate to explain this to you, but
what the frick?
So what was that like? What was it like being an intern at MCG?
Oh,
what was it like? What was it like being an MCG? Money Cook Games. That's me up there. It's my name. What's it like?
it was so much fun. I got to.
What do you notice, guys?
His nails are painted.
Say
his nails, and hey, whatever, man, whatever. I remember when I used to have my nails painted, but my daughter did it when she was 6.
Yeah.
And I'd fight any man who
Say,
made fun of me at that point.
It's a 50-year-old man, ladies and gentlemen, with black fingernail paint.
Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. God bless him. God. I don't know.
Oh, Monty.
Like,
I think he was just showing off there. Like,
He was.
Yep. See if he starts gesticulating with his hands like now, Dominique. He likes to be like the kids.
I feel like I got to have hands-on experience in not every department, but in almost every department. So I learned a lot about running a business more broadly, but also about what goes into like producing games, like what makes games happen. Both in terms of the creative process by which those things happen, and also in terms of the administrative work that makes the creativity possible. And I loved getting to be on both sides of that.
Cool.
Typical Monty reaction.
That reminded me of great sandwich.
Great sandwiches. He did a lot of that in his Shanna interview. Yeah, good. Okay.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, we really
This guy just cracks me up. I don't know.
He's a shell.
Something about Monty.
He is a shell of a man.
Wrote one of the most racist adventures
Marshmallow Monty
in history.
Which one was that?
Orc and Pie.
Yes. In fact, the Color Me Racist, I actually had the T-shirt.
That's right. Yeah. You fell victim to it.
I did.
His hate got into you, Rogan.
I
murdering an innocent black man. I mean, orc.
Oh, yes.
Eating his pie.
Yes.
Nobody gives him shit over that, and people should.
Well, honestly, if Connie Chen is gonna wants to go and by proxy punish every white cisgendered whatever white person that's ever done anything in the gaming industry. I mean, Monty's got to be in there. Honestly,
no grandfathering.
He wrote Orc and Pie, and he can't get any more simpler than that. That's
the murder of an orc.
Yeah, over a pie.
A murder.
Shame on you, Monty.
liked having you. You were a great addition to the team. In fact, we were a little sad when you had to leave.
Definitely.
Why'd she have to leave? If she's an intern, I can hire her.
Yeah, exactly. Because maybe Monty's a little smarter than we give him credit for.
I worked at a law firm back in the day, and my job was to train the new interns. And they were always like, we're going to try to get, after my 90 days, try to see if I can get a job here. And I already knew they weren't hiring these interns. You were just there to learn. And they, as part of a class.
Yeah.
We weren't hiring. Sounds like that they knew that they weren't hiring Dominique at the beginning.
Maybe Shanda had something.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah. I could see her going nuts.
Yeah.
Couldn't you?
Yeah, she's got a whole lot of crazy nut skull of hers. Nice skull.
Good crazy. She's the good crazy. We love Shanna.
Still,
Whatever, it was rad.
I still look at your Slack channel, you know. I feel like, you know, these remnants of you there are still around. But luckily, I've had the chance to go. We got to meet up at Big Bad Con, and that was a lot of fun with, yeah. So I imagine that we'll run into each other much more as professionals in the industry.
So. Yeah. And when cons are a thing again, I'm going to go to so many cons.
Good. Yeah. So go meet Dominique at cons. What cons do you attend?
Hi, Dominique. I'm a straight white man. I'd love to get your autograph.
Sign it in blood. Give me your hand.
It's like some 70s blaxploitation movie. Get the F out of here, you honky. Sorry. Jeez. I'm a big fan. Darcy's fake enthusiasm. I think that might be real, Brian. Yeah, Dominique did a adventure in Journeys to the Radiant Citadel, and I think in the video, this is very early in my channel, but it seemed like a very lazy adventure. So I think Dominique was probably a pretty lazy worker, if I had to guess. But she was, you know, they thought she was super nice, and of course they couldn't correct her because she was a minority. So that's why Monty's like, yeah, I miss you, but I didn't hire you. He probably looked at her Twitter feed and said, I know what she's all about. She hates white people. Good Lord, I just mentioned her like 2 videos ago. Look at the one I did about Wizards of the Coast's racism, featuring Dominique Dickey.
To go to, or are you looking forward to going to?
I usually do the Nebulas and Worldcon, which Worldcon is going to be local to me next summer, so I'll be attending that. The Nebulas is also going to be local to me next summer. I'm by
Monty just nodding. He's so superfluous to this.
Coastal, and they're both in cities that I live in. So I'll be hitting up both. I want to do Big Bad Con again because that was super fun. And I'm not sure where else I'm going to be next year because everything is still really fuzzy with planning.
That's very fair.
And like what is going to be safe to have happen. I don't want to commit to anything too early.
Well, speaking of which, you know, we started Split the Party because none of us get to be together, and so we're all split and everything. What have you been doing?
What's that?
He just did a bunch of stuff with his hands.
Oh, did he? I missed it.
He was trying to stay polish.
Yeah. He's trying his
jazz hands.
Well, you've been isolated because of the coronavirus.
I've been working on my thesis a lot, which was the plan for this summer regardless, but the plan was to do a lot of working in like the library and in coffee shops and stuff. So now I'm just doing it all in my apartment, which is fine because it's all work that I can do in my apartment. So that hasn't been too disruptive in that regard. I've also been...
the things they think are entertaining for their audience, this is just so boring.
Yeah.
It's not even crazy, you know, like the Monty and Shanna. It's just, I think that's the attitude they have, is just like, oh, well, you know,
every voice is heard now.
Yeah, every voice is heard. We'll just ask how Dominique fritters away her day and people will love it. Will they? Why don't we just jump ahead, huh?
Connections I wanted PCs to have to make it work. Because like I was thinking like the people that I'm going to run this for, I'm going to have at least one person who is like a charming scientist.
Monty looks like he's slipping. He's about ready to.
He's wondering where his pudding is.
Yes. Shanna, give me that goddamn pudding.
Lime Jello again.
Oh, she's over the neighbors now. That young man.
Scientist who cares too much about robots, right? But if
Terrible sound quality too. Get a better microphone, Dominique.
I'm running this for if I'm giving this to strangers, like who's to say that there's going to be someone who deeply cares about the AI on the station? So you,
boy, Monty, oof, he hit the wall, man. That's 3 years ago. I don't even want to know.
And when he's sitting next to Shanda, he's you know, he obviously has more hair, and is more alive. You know.
Yeah. But that was also a while ago.
We often, in fairness to Monty Cook, from another point of view, some people, COVID and that isolation and all that shit aged them. And it happened to someone in our family, Mrs. Mouse's mother, aged.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So much when COVID, like,
That's
it
like
put
stress.
nope, just the frumping around the house. I'm not going out in public. I don't need to do my hair, shit like that, and just the damage that it done. You know, Mrs. Mouse's mother is one of the people that it hit.
I think there's a lot of that.
Oh,
that
absolutely.
went on.
There's a lot of it. So when we're talking about Monty, these three are yapping about Corona and all this other shit. That's possibly part of it. He maybe never left the house.
That's not the Ty Beard, is it? Don't fuck with me, Ty, if that's really you. If you're just saying Ty Beard is a lawyer of some renown. I don't think it is, but be honest. Be honest. Don't steer your boy Double D wrong. She got an OnlyFans account, Cal. Ty, is that really you? Holy shit! Thank you, brother, for joining our chat tonight. Coming in, say hi to Nick for me. Love you guys. Yeah, I'd go. Oh man, I may have to pull it. This is not very
explicitly
not very
say,
entertaining. Shanna was entertaining.
Yeah.
This is like listening to two people's conversation, like at a Subway sandwich shop. Like you're just like listening to them.
Do you remember? Wasn't there a picture of? Was it Axl Rose and who was the guy in 99? Mickey Rourke, and they looked like lesbian.
Yes. Yeah.
Is that what Monty Cook's going for?
Axl Rose looked like the throw mama from the train.
Yes.
But it was
the old
like
lady in that.
they look like they own a bookstore in like the New England in Vermont or something like that. And Monty Cook is running right down that, right down those tracks as well.
Stephen King looks like a late life, lesbian right now. Very, very, very proud.
Oh, shit. When we get to a certain age, everyone will be non-binary or something.
Yeah, Leto Atreides before the Harkonnen attack. Yep. Nice Dune reference. Hey, look, we all hit the wall. Look, trust me, the hat and the glasses add a little bit to me too. But at least when I was losing my hair, I just kind of clipped it down as close as I could.
I'm Peter Pan. I ain't aging at all.
Yeah, Crazy Mouse has good genes.
Straight up on that.
Yeah,
we were talking about that the other day at our house for something, and I could lie about my age, and if I said 20 years younger, they'd totally believe it.
Yeah,
and it's
a good thing you're a happily married man. Otherwise, you'd get these young ladies falling all over.
Though some of those ones I worked with at Old Navy, some of them supermodels. Hubba.
Oh yeah. Crazy Mouse worked at Old Navy for a spell, and it was great for us because he'd be like, "Come on up, I'll give you the 50% discount."
There was a button on the cash register that you could just hit, and it automatically gave 50%, which was the employee.
You were giving everybody.
Everyone got them. Everyone got my prices.
If he liked the cut of your jib, boom, 50. And you know what? You'd think like, oh my God, he probably got fired. It's like they begged you to stay.
Love you.
I would. Yeah, I was a fan favorite of management and the company. They loved me. I opened up a lot of those Old Navy cards that they wanted you to open up. But the best was when people would come see me and they wanted to be at my register, they would just stand in line. And then if it wasn't me that was going to be their cashier, I got to get one more thing. Just you go. So eventually you just figured out that I got Crazy Mouse waiting on me now. Okay.
Yeah.
50% off.
That's what me and Mrs. D used to do. We'd be in line, and I'd try to do it, and I'd be like, oh, look at those socks over there. Like, like, oh, you go ahead, you know. Like, and Crazy Mouse would be like, oh, you know, now serving, you know, sir, you can come over here. Yep, next. Like,
but
and the thing is, the clothes are so cheap too. It's like we
Oh, yeah.
didn't even need the discount per se, but it's like, you know, you get like
not cheap, inexpensive.
Inexpensive, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I
The,
do like Old Navy. Yeah,
I'll say this, but working there, the next girl was just as pretty. You know, like it was just one pretty
there
girl.
were some
right
hot
now.
there were some
There
hotties
were some
working
really
there.
pretty girls.
Yeah.
I still chat with some of them still, and there's one of the girls. I'll throw her. Her name's Mac, and is what I call her, and she's very pretty. She's very attractive, and friends with my wife. So there's nothing shady going on there. They follow each other on whatever, and they text each other on the Facebook and stuff like
She
that.
looks like what's her name? Anna Top from Goldeneye. What's that? What's her
And
name?
someone else.
Famke Janssen.
Yes, and she also gets a Gal Gadot every once.
Gal
in a while.
Gadot too. Yeah, I can
Yeah,
kind of see that
he gets
too.
her
Yeah,
too.
you-
Yep.
So you guys are probably getting a good image. Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
very attractive girl.
tall, you know, attractive, nice young lady too.
Yeah, you and Gavin have both met her. Rogan has not met her personally, but she was at our house for a little party. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Factor some sort of background connection that will make this work. I also just had to, I think in terms of like word count, it entailed writing a lot more than I would have otherwise written, because I could have run it for like my friends from maybe 2 pages of like bullet pointed notes. And it had to be a lot denser because I had to not only explain my thoughts, but explain how I think.
Oh my god, this is sorry guys, this is unwatchable.
It's all about the language.
Yeah, I'm not going to subject you guys to this. I'll tell you what, that's halfway. I'll go 3/4. Well, look, Monty has changed his position. He's
Is that his come hither look?
Yeah, it's his contemplative look. Like, get me the fuck out of here, please. Darcy, why did you invite me to this?
I think cards that like told you more information, but it was so hard to tell like who's role playing and where's the line between a creative choice a player made to sort of make it feel more real and like actual information about this like high tension mystery we're playing, right?
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah.
Where's his other hand?
Yeah, boys.
That
going through
those
the
comments
spank
have-
bank.
Those
yeah.
comments have come in. Where's his other hand? Started it, and then the next couple one are all like, you guys must have been typing it all at the same time.
Making a withdrawal from the Darcy spank bank. Yeah.
Remember you talking about that, and that game I think hit Kickstarter pretty recently.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about like, oh, I should like pledge for this because of Darcy's experience playing it.
You see Shanna's head pop up. Just gives a quick hello.
That was in that movie about forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
It's been
It
so
was-
long since I've seen that. I can't even remember that one. Yeah.
It was also in Something About Mary, that same joke.
I remember Nerdrotic Gary Beekler. He's I don't know if you guys know him, but he's a pretty famous YouTuber by this point. But I was watching a live stream of his one time, and his wife delivered coffee, and she didn't want to be on camera, so she like came into the side and then went under the desk, and then like put the coffee up from underneath, and then like went out, and he was just laughing about it. He's like, I thought I was going to get a little mid-show surprise there under the table. Thought that was kind of funny.
Super chat that shit, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad. We went out for Thai food, and you were raving about this game, and it was great.
Excellent. Good.
That was a lot of fun.
It was, and we went out with Javier Beltran, right?
Yes, which is great.
Who did some amazing illustrations for the Stars Are Fire, actually.
Yeah.
Some really cool silhouettes of like
Shanna Maliki. Shanna with an A.
all kinds of like
the tech and the
I show Javier's silhouettes when I run my heist. Actually, there's a silhouette of.
It's nothing worse than bad audio quality. Now do you guys understand why I was so anal retentive? You know, when I started the channel, we just didn't have the We didn't have the equipment
or the knowledge,
or the
really.
knowledge. Yeah, but at least I knew. I'm like, man, they're not going to care about the picture. But man, if you just have this bland, like just kind of echoey sort of audio, that's just, oh man,
it's good for a rock concert, but not for
no. You get a Blue Yeti microphone, and you think you're like, oh my god, I got a Blue Yeti. It's like things are terrible. I don't even think she's using one of those either. Oh my lord. Because he's sawing his leg off to escape. Yeah. He's got the dagger right below his belly button, doing the whole Harry Carey thing. Max, it's fine for a little while, but when you get a chance, get yourself a nice dynamic mic. Get a Shure. You even get a Deity, like a Deity Voss. They're not that expensive. Yeah, but the Blue Yetis, it served its purpose, but if you could just go back to some of the earlier live streams, we were struggling with the sound and the echoing, and
we're relying on the viewers to tell us what to do, right?
Yeah.
Crazy Mouse, you're echoing. Rogan, you're too quiet. Blah blah blah.
Every step of the way, as you're building, your fan base, you're also building your knowledge and understanding. It's what the powerhouse of this.
That's right. 100 tonight. My lord, first time.
At one point.
You got higher than that.
Yeah.
I'm like a guy who. I'm like the guy who's like, how did he get that woman? It's like,
how did your coverage?
Yeah, I outkicked my coverage. How did he get that audience? This dude only has like 1,800 subscribers, but you know what? That's a testament to you guys, and maybe a little to me. But I'm hanging just with my friends, and we like making fun of things. Sometimes bad people,
and sometimes just ourselves.
Yeah,
self-deprecating. Look, I'm a schmuck, middle-aged D&D playing schmuck. I understand that, but
I'm a goddamn good-looking man.
Yes. Modern Problems.
I love that movie.
Good pull, yeah. I'm a goddamn good-looking man, Dabney Coleman. I ain't a freak. He's a freak. I'm a goddamn good-looking man. I like when he grabbed the fat maid's firm, Dorita. Firm. Oh, well, guys. I'm about ready to pull the plug here. Let these guys go. I got 78 people still here, but
78 was our old record.
Oh God, that blew away our old record. But
yeah, I know. But like right now, we're like, all right, let these people go and get back to their evening or whatever.
Yep.
And we would have died for 79 back in the day.
Let's leave them wanting a little bit more. Huh?
Absolutely. Thanks for everybody for joining us on what we would consider an off night, right?
Tuesdays we normally don't do, but this, of course, the summit. News is starting to break all over.
For that. And
I gotta say, going through the comments, this is just honestly, these people are brilliant. We're talking, I'm listening in that, and I'm trying my best to read the comments, and I'm like, honestly, I am floored. You guys are absolutely freaking awesome.
They're quick.
They are. Boom, bullets, good bullets, funny bullets.
I attract. I won't say this. I'm not certainly no genius myself, but I think I attract. For some reason, I attract people around me that make me look better. So I will go with it. Yeah, and a lot of that is you, chat. You guys always show up. You make us laugh with your comments. Crazy Mouse will talk afterwards about chats. Holy shit, Jeff Hatch, get that up there.
Yeah, get rid of that. Get rid of the these knuckleheads so we can read it.
Yeah, you better fucking believe I will. Jeff, thank you so much. Putting your hard-earned money out there. Yeah, I do appreciate that. It still blows me away that people. I get paid a little bit to do this. Obviously, I'm 1,800 subscribers. I'm not quitting my day job just yet, nor will I ever. But damn, for you guys to dig into your pocket, give me a tip every once in a while. Chef's kiss. Mwah. Thank you.
Speaking of Chef's kiss, where's Chef Hans been?
I don't know.
He was one of the OGs from the.
Yeah, let's track him down.
Well. Hope he's doing well.
Drag him back here.
It was good to see. You know what?
Put him to the question.
Yeah,
where you been, Chef?
You know, for the roll call, like it was nice to see Panther back. And the reason some of these people I read a bunch of the chats as they're coming in, and Panther's someone that I recognize from the very beginning. And Charlotte I always enjoy Charlotte's comments. Jeff is a chef. There you go.
There you go. Jeff, you are rapidly going up the ladder.
Your
here.
street cred is rising.
Forget
some of
Chef
these, there were
Hans.
some names, people tonight that are brand new. There's some,
Yeah.
you know, some of the people that I
Gotta be,
definitely
yeah.
recommend or recognized. But it's just awesome.
Yeah.
I remember the first night when we hit double digits, the three of us, we were so
10
excited.
people. Holy shit. I always wondered that when I was starting out, like as I grew, I'm like, will I ever be as happy going from like, I went like one night from like 21 to like 27 subscribers. I was like, oh my God, it's like 6. I remember I was at the D&D table. I'm like, look at this. I got 6. And I mean, I don't know. I call me an optimist, but I'm like, I think someday I'm going to get like a lot more. I'll be a little bit more successful. And will I be just as happy? And honestly, I'm equally happy. When I wake up and I get, 10 more or whatever, or I have a huge bump, that's great, but I like that initial stop stalking me mouse. He's going to give you the single white female treatment.
What does the S stand for? S Panther. Is that sex?
Yeah, what is S?
Yeah, what is
Panther?
S? Yeah.
Sex Panther. Yeah.
As for Hans, blood in, blood out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amen. Blood in, blood out.
You want to leave Chef Hans? We got a receipt for
now
you.
we have another chef.
And then we got a real chef. No. We're just joking. Thank you guys very, very much. Well, any last benediction?
Initials for my first name, that's S Panther.
Gotcha.
I want to say thank you to everybody for joining us tonight. And I'll tell you one thing that I was really excited about tonight is Rogan coming back. It's been about 6 weeks maybe since he sat in the seat. We don't get together except for like once a week on a chat or whatever. And people were asking about Rogan and he's back. I was really excited when I heard that he was going to be on tonight.
I just like from the very beginning, I'll be honest with you. I thought, man, I hope I don't make my friends think like I don't want to make them look dumb.
I remember after one of our first live streams, we were at a music festival, the three of us together walking around. And I just said, man, our chemistry is just really good on the mics. And I don't know. I like it.
It really,
yeah.
It's honestly,
I'll consider that, Charlotte.
Our normal conversations we have when we bullshit with each other really is.
Mm-hmm.
I think the first time I was involved in this right here, I was kind of nervous about it, but it just turns into like we're just bullshitting like normal.
When we first started this, my role was actually not to have a mic. Remember, I was just going to sit back and watch.
Yeah.
And
I'm like, no.
We're going to get you. And we didn't have enough mics. So we had to share them.
Yeah.
You guys think?
Yeah, you got that.
Like it?
Almost.
Am I as cool?
Why are you flipping us off? What's up with that?
Am I as cool as Monty? It's sideways.
I go into work when my daughter was little. I'd go into work and I'd keep that nail polish on my hand. So proud. Guys at work would bust my chops. So hey,
yeah, they understand. Yeah.
I was passed out on my couch asleep. She painted my nails.
Just be glad she didn't draw a dick on my forehead, eh?
Someone drew a lighthouse on the back of my well jacket one time. What's that coming out of the top of it? Water. That's not a lighthouse.
What are those two boulders at the base of it?
Walking around with this chalk drawing on my back all day at work.
Not a worry, Krugus Runeblade. This is a Yingling house, and if not Yingling, Coors Light. So
I love Yingling.
Yeah, I did not just flip all you guys off. All right, guys. We will try to do this a little more regularly. Hopefully, maybe like at least once a week. Get this, keep this momentum going. Like I said, you now know, or all caught up on the Wizards of the Coast Summit. Surprise, surprise. They invited a bunch of weirdos into their house, and the weirdos took a dump on the family room floor.
An upper decker.
And then took an upper decker, and then said, "Why did you force me to shit in your house? Why did you do that?"
True story. True story.
So this is what happens when you hire these people, these lunatics. So, but as I said, enjoy it, instigate it, get these people fighting each other, because when they are fighting each other and bloodying each other, we win.
Poke the bear.
Poke the bear. Iran-Iraq war.
Yes.
Just 8 years of just a meat grinder. That's what we're looking for here. I'm going to do a video pretty soon too about, I'm going to be like the amazing Karnak and give you my thoughts on.
Is that the guy on Johnny Carson?
Oh yeah, it is Johnny Carson. Yeah, he'd predict.
Yeah, I remember that.
I'll give you my impressions on where I think the industry will be in a few years. You can see how right I am. You can hold me to it, but I do have kind of thoughts on what that's going to be. So, all right, so we are going to wrap it up here.
Malachi, this is the way.
That's right. All right, guys.
We got one more before we do head off. Travis live play ?
Yes. Do you guys wouldn't mind being mic'd up?
Not at all.
This Friday.
I don't see why not.
You missed one of my best performances as a DM in a
my god!
Time this
couldn't even. It was phenomenal. The voices, the acting, you want to talk poking the bear? He was causing a rift in our party.
Oh man, that was frustrating.
All right, so I'll we may try to do it. It's never going to be completely live. I don't want these guys to be nervous playing. I'm going to record it and then do a little editing, maybe do some wraparounds, make it a little easier for you to digest. Just a hair, not much. I will do that with our test one too, because they actually fought a pretty cool creature, and I want you guys to see that. But yeah, we will mic us up. I think we'll be short. Sean won't be there this week, but we'll have everybody else. So
Pew Pew's back in town. He was out of town last week.
Yep, we'll get going on that. Yep, I got mics now for everybody. That was the last hold up. I got some cheap dynamic mics from Amazon, but they're good, decent quality, won't echo, hopefully. And
we got Spielberg to come and direct it. We're good.
You guys can see how. I'm an okay DM, I guess. I don't know. It's not. I'm not. You guys are probably thinking like, man, this guy's great. I'm okay. I'm not great, and I'm not fishing for compliments. By the way, some of you guys are going to be like, "Is that all there is?" And it's like, well, I just keep the story moving.
Dear
if anything,
dear pirate cat.
Yeah, dear pirate cat. I will. That is my strength. I keep things moving. All right, guys, what are you doing? Let's go. Boom, boom, boom. So okay, all right, that'll do it. I will send you guys out with the new intro. If you could find the new part, it was towards the middle. Well, there was a part from Critical Bard, but then there was also a piece from Punisher Warzone, one of our favorite movies.
Yes.
So I will let you guys go with that. You guys have a great rest of the night, and we will catch up to you very, very soon. And take care.
Hey man, is that Double D? Yeah man, well turn it up man.
Let's just go in and like kill all the orcs, right? They're the bad guys, who gives a shit? We just hack and slash and we loot their dead bodies, right? Hack and slash, kill them all, conquer the infidels.
Boy, that campaign sounds like a barrel of fun, doesn't it?
Mazes and monsters is a far out game.
Somebody who's opening a refrigerator and leaning in, right, is the language of a woman. Somebody who's opening their refrigerator and being cut off halfway through that lean is the voice of a mermaid or a siren, right?
Orcs are just like evil elves, right? And they were like made by like an evil god.
Honestly, guys like me can't leave soon enough.
We want this dwarf to be the dwarfiest dwarf.
Right.
We want the elf to be the elfiest elf.
And just the dashiest dash of Tabasco.
Their voices need to carry across water.
I'm a creative. It's a huge drain, right? Because fans can be awful.
Costa del You're not in Transylvania anymore, Crystal. We don't talk vampire.
When you say white lives matter, they don't. White lives don't matter because white lives aren't a thing.
Lutherville, Marina Del X, Otisburg. Otisburg? Where's this monster? She's got her own place, man. Otisburg? It's a little bitty place. Otisburg? Okay, I just wipe it off. That's all. It's a little town.
Okay. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
Great! Great sandwich!
Hey there. Hey there, it's your boy Double D, and I want to tell you about a great offer from our friends over at Neckbeardia. That's right. We all love James and Megan, and I am happy to say they love us too. That's why they are offering a 10% discount on everything in their store just for my audience. If you haven't done so already, check it out at the link in the description below. They work with a fantastic 3D artist to offer you miniatures with detail you have to see to believe. No need to print anything out. They will take care of that messy and smelly business on their end. All you need to do is pick out your next character or the next group of monsters your party is going to fight. They also have some pretty hilarious subclasses for you guys that are still playing 5th edition, all for less than a cup of coffee. They have adventures, Atomic Punk 2160 by the Basic Expert, t-shirts, and a lot more. Why not support people that don't hate you? Use the promo code DND10 for 10% off your order. And remember that shipping is free for orders over 50 pounds. That's just a little bit over $60 US. Visit them today and don't forget to use the promo code DND10.
What qualifies you to be a U.S. Senator? You have 60 seconds.
Hi, good night, everybody.